Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate something that once was gone but has now returned to us like our own sort of revenant. So today we give praise to the person that deserves it, Amy Sherman Palladino, of course. But sometimes we get something really good. We get a limited run revival Netflix series. Oh, a limited run revival Netflix series is a great thing because we don't always get it, but when we do, it's a chance for them to come back and fix what they fucked up so royally the first time. So today we gather here to celebrate that revival. Today, we're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna shout, we're gonna talk, we're gonna do a lot of things. But most importantly, we're gonna do it all for you guys, because we're excited. Come on now. And when we're excited,
what do we do when we're excited?
I like to go crazy.
Go crazy. I can't believe it. I'm feeling blue. But don't you worry, those Gilmore girls are coming back for you.
Cause when the show stopped, it wasn't much fun. Amy didn't end it, and then it got suspended, and now it's coming back for a limited run. We're not gonna let the 17th break us down. Oh no, let's go!
Let's see Rory.
Let's see Luke.
Let's see Lorelai, Emily, and Paris.
The Nature Must Wait kid too.
Nature Must Wait! Oh yeah! Professional rock show, that's what you guys came to tonight. I'm so excited. I'm going nuts. But what's gonna happen? Where they all end up?
Did Rory get married?
Did Rory have a kid? Did Dean die in a car crash? He didn't, but we wish that he did.
We're not gonna let the cancellation break us down. Oh no, let's go!
Let's see Patty.
Let's see Kirk.
Let's see all of our fan favorites, even Billy Burke. Remember him? Go crazy! Tambourine solo!
Go!
La 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 la, la la.
Episode 621. La 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 la, la la la.
Driving Miss Gilmore, yeah.
La la la.
It's a play on words.
It's racist. Oh, it's a play on words?
Woo. Oh no, it's not a play on words. It's a parody.
Welcome to Gilmore, guys.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Dimmy.
And we're
the Gilmore guys.
Thank you for coming out to our last live show.
Ever!
We're done. It would be so, I did have this thought, I didn't tell you about this, but I did have this thought, it would be so funny if we picked up at season 7, and much like the actual show itself, it was new hosts, and it wasn't me and Dimmy.
That would be hilarious, and if
like-
anyone wants to do it, please email us.
Hey, I was a guest one
It should
time.
be Aisha and Trolley.
Aisha and Trolley, Ben Rogers and Sarah Hayward. The combos are endless.
Anna Lore and Just Anna Lore.
Yes. Woo! But we're truly getting into this like very mysterious part of doing the podcast where I don't know what's coming. I don't know how to program the show anymore. We're getting to this point where I'm not going to know how to do it. Really.
Great.
Yeah, you're
Then
looking
we're both
forward
in
to
the
that.
dark. It's going to be fun.
And I'm so nervous about that. Who here thinks Dimmy should watch season 7 before I do?
So we did run a poll on Twitter as to whether or not we should do this, and it came out that I shouldn't, and I was like, no, I'm still going to do it. But I realized the other day, if neither of us watches it, then we get a whole season of just fun predictions of like what's going to happen. We're completely in the dark, and there's no formula because it's broken.
Could be. Much like Bruce dancing, we're completely in the dark. So that's a way to do it. I don't know. Is that your Bruce?
Yeah. No, that's my Courtney Cox.
What is
My Bruce's.
Oh boy. I mean kinda. Who's been to a Bruce Springsteen show here? Oh, it's such a tepid reaction. I don't know what I was expecting at Gilmore Girls podcast.
Well, he doesn't play anymore that often, so.
He's been on tour for like the last 8 months.
That's the joke.
No, boy. We also have another fun special announcement.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to talk about this?
Is it the right one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys, we got merch. Online, finally.
Online.
It took us 6 full seasons, but we finally have merch.
The second to last episode of the second to last season of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Hey, we finally opened a store, isn't that
Just
fun?
in time for everyone to be like, I don't want to watch when they watch the bad season.
Just in time for 0 holidays coming up.
We got hats. We got shirts.
We have air pants.
That's right.
True. Let's say Gilmore and Guys on there.
TJ was not kidding. These motherfuckers breathe.
Yeah. Now that's a nice chicken if I've ever seen one. This is good. Why
Gilmore?
is everyone not Snapchatting this right
Gilmore?
now?
Guys.
This is baffling to me. Oh boy. You thought I was the only one influenced by Magic Mike. Okay.
Now you look like Channing.
Oh, that is so sweet and untrue. Both those things at the same time. But we have a great show for you tonight. I feel like it's a little bittersweet, though, don't you? Because it's like we're nearing death. We're almost to that light at the end of the tunnel. What's that?
I don't see it as death. I think it's like it's a bad thing for the show, but it's gonna be great for us. I think we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna
have fun. It's gonna be fun. We're not gonna just be like, this one was also bad.
Season 7. But it's hard. It's hard to do a show where it's like, because these are such like celebratory shows where it's like, this was great, I love this was weird. And now it's gonna be like, I don't know, what do you guys think?
We should just do a bright side segment where every episode we have to say like at least one thing that we're like, this is great.
Yes, with special guest star Brandon Flowers, who would sing the theme. Anyone? No? No? Yes? No? No? Okay. Yes.
We're not
no.
gonna explain it, so I hope you get it.
Woo! All right. Well, I think you guys have gotten your money's worth just with this alone. But you ready to meet our special guest?
I want you to meet my special guest.
La la la, special guest.
Well, you may know him from his pivotal role in the 2008 movie Baby Mama. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jason Mantzoukas!
Jason. What's up, jerks? Jason.
Woo! Well done. Well done, nerds. Well done.
You guys brought a joke from another podcast. I love that.
That is fun.
We're cross-pollinating these podcasts.
Good.
I mean, we can agree that was the most important scene in Baby Mama, right?
Oh yeah, pivotal. The whole movie makes no sense without
Without
that.
that's one of those. That's a role you want to get where they can't cut it out or it makes 0 sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
Gentlemen,
again.
thank you for having me once again to tackle one of my favorite subjects.
The GG on the WB.
I can't agree more that it is with a heavy heart that we know that Dean is coming back alive in this season.
We don't know alive.
Ooh, if the first scene is open casket, Dean is dead.
Yeah.
Widen to reveal, Rory is having sex with Jess on the casket.
Wait a minute, widen to reveal? What part of the casket do we see that it's like,
Just
that's
the
definitely
top. We see just the top. It's like, oh, Dean's dead. And Rory's just like, what? And Jess is like, oh, do you still love him now? And then Logan comes in, sees everything, hangs himself. That's the end of the cold open, straight into the theme song.
If you're out,
Gilmore Girls on Netflix. It's a little harder than you think,
that could happen on Netflix.
is what Jess says. Thrilled to be here, everybody. Thrilled to be here.
There is so much we'll have to cut out because all of this is true. Jason read the script.
I
That
read
all
all the scripts.
does happen.
Read all the scripts, guys. I'm here to spoil the whole thing.
Winter is coming, and so is Jess.
Ooh, guys, by the way, Game of Thrones tonight.
Yeah. That's one thing. We are recording this on the night of April the 24th, and so you're all making the choice to be here.
Yeah, what's
instead of
wrong with you
at
guys?
home, watching Game of Thrones, watching Veep.
Oh, this is like everybody here's wet dream of nerddom. Like we're gonna see the Gilmore Guys podcast, then we're gonna go home, we're gonna watch Game of Thrones. Like what could be better? Everybody comes tonight.
I mean,
Very
it's true.
blessed Sunday.
It's truly like a mini Comic-Con, I feel like, for the most specific interest possible.
So we will also just be subtly threading Game of Thrones specifics into tonight's podcast.
Well, I
right?
did think it would be wild if, like, in the summer of Netflix, like, Lorelai gets decapitated by Taylor for some reason. Like,
Ooh,
I
I
was
would love
thinking
a
about the
crossover.
parallels. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of material there.
We should have like a picture-in-picture just showing Game of Thrones so people aren't like, what's
Oh,
happening?
do like a live stream,
Yeah.
like Periscope it.
And every so often, just like, yeah, Rory in this scene is, John's back! Ah!
He dead, right? Right?
Jon
Who knows?
Snow?
Yeah.
Oh, you know nothing, Kevin Porter.
Ooh. I'll take that with a grain of salt.
No, Jon Snow's gonna be alive for
Okay.
surezies.
Is he
Like
gonna...
I'm more certain that Jon Snow is alive than Dean. It's a story of ice and fire, not a story of like white bread and blandness on Gilmore Girls.
True point. Now, Jason, as we venture into this unknown territory for the podcast...
I also have not seen season 7.
Yes, that's what I was
Really?
going to ask.
Point of pride, have not seen season 7. Once the Paladinos left, I was like, well, nope, this show's not for me then.
No Paladinos, no Mantzoukas. I like that. I abided by the same code of honor, and now you're all forcing me to watch it. I truly don't want to.
I was tempted as I was watching because I went to watch this episode and then realized that like a lot was in play that I had forgotten about. So I went backwards and watched the 2 prior. Guys, it's a lot. I watched the 2 prior and then I watched the one after, which is one of my top 5 Gilmore episodes of all time.
Is this series?
Is 622.
Season finale? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All the
Amazing.
troubadours.
All the
stuff.
troubadours. I mean, guys, if you want to watch an episode of Gilmore Girls that has like avant-garde punk pop singers Sparks in it, please watch the next episode. It's amazing. Yola Tango, Sonic Youth, everybody.
I like how you're doing a commercial for the next episode of this podcast.
So tune in
to the Gilmore
to the
guys.
next episode of Gilmore Guys.
Now,
our very own.
in revisiting the previous episodes, did you find April to be a great character or the greatest
April
character?
Nardini?
Yeah.
Watch your words, this is a child.
It's a child
it's a 12-year-old
who is
girl.
not a child anymore. How old is this person now?
23.
23.
So she can handle it. I do not care for April. I'm a pass on April.
You're a hard pass
I
on
don't-
April.
Neither do I like I don't like the here's what it is. I don't like April to me. April to me is the cousin Oliver of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Oliver or Oscar?
It's Oliver.
It is Oliver, right? From
You're
Brady
thinking
Bunch.
of Odd Couple.
Oh, thank you. Yes. With Matt Perry and Tom Lennon.
Yeah, that's right.
Got it.
The
The
original.
original.
Okay, so April Nardini is like cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch in that she to me represents like, this shouldn't be happening. We don't know.
Sure.
We don't do this here. We don't do like, grown child alert.
That's a bit too strong.
Yeah, she comes in pretty hot.
He didn't mean it like that, guys.
She comes in pretty hot. No, I don't mean sexually. But I do love don't get me wrong, I love Sherilyn Fenn.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Lorelai
heartthrob.
2.0.
Yep. Not quite Lorelai.
Yeah, almost, but not quite Lorelai. We did find out that it is true. She did read for Lorelai.
Yeah.
In the
Ooh.
original casting process, which is why they were like, okay, come back for this not Lorelai lady.
Twice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I heard the Paladinos have said that in their version of season 7, they would have become involved sexually.
Lorelai and Anna Nardini.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone posited that the universe of Gilmore Girls would explode if they hugged ever.
I think
they're
they
so
would.
similar. It's like meeting your own Looper. Like you can't kiss him; it's against Looper law.
But they could try. And should.
And for more of Jason's Gilmore Girls fanfic, visit jasonmantzoukas.fanfic.tumblr.biz.
Yep. / Gilmore Girls if you want just the Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
fan fiction.
What other-
If you want Bunheads fan fiction, and if you want the crossover universe, it's / Bun Girls.
Who's hooking up?
Ooh, no, Gilmore Heads.
Bun
I don't know
Girls.
yet. Bun Girls is better.
Bun Girls is good for crossover
Bun Girls
slash fic.
Buns.
Bun Girls buns?
And the last S is a Z. Bun Girls Buns. I think that's where it is, although that's real pervy. Because some of those Bunheads girls are young. Like Boo, come on.
Not anymore, though.
Yeah, that's right.
So your
Call me.
fanfic picks
Get
up
at
from
me,
that.
Bunheads girls. Get at me, Ginny.
I hope we've alienated all the actual mother and daughter
Oh, yeah.
dates that are happening.
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
This is not what the show is normally like. Do they always invite a monster on stage?
Yes.
And the answer is yes, we try to.
Yeah.
We try to. If it works, we make it work. But the episode at hand, if we should get into it, and I think we
Let's
should,
get it. Let's
Let's.
dig in, gents.
is episode 621, Driving Miss Gilmore, a play on words of, or a parody, excuse me, of Driving Miss Daisy, the famous movie about Morgan Freeman from Shawshank Redemption. It was a spin-off, right?
Yeah.
Like, he got out and they started driving people.
Yes, he's like, you there, take me to
Yeah.
Zihuatanejo.
Or it was a prequel because Driving Miss Daisy came out before.
Well, that's why he went to prison.
Yeah.
Is because
You can't
he
be
killed
driving
Miss
a white
Daisy
woman.
at the end of that movie.
Oh, no.
And they were like, uh-oh, you killed Miss Daisy, straight to prison with you.
Gotta go to prison.
Next thing you know, Tim Robbins arrives. Bing, bang, boom. We all know how that ends.
Yeah.
With the Green Mile.
Shanking some Shaw. Yeah, kinda. I guess so, sure. And the Netflix synopsis for this episode is Lorelai helps Emily while she's unable to see after minor eye surgery. Rory takes charge of Logan's recovery when he returns home. Okay.
Let him die.
Wow, that's in his notes. All of those eyes.
When I started the episode and they did previously on Gilmore Girls, and it was this, the first thing I wrote was, oh no, fucking Life and Death Brigade. I'd forgotten about this bullshit. And really was like, I wish he had died. How much better, hear me out, would this season have been if the phone call that Rory gets is telling her that Logan is dead? And she's like, what? Okay. And then it's like, Dad, I gotta go. Logan is dead. And Christopher and Lorelai wakes up from her drunken stupor and is like, yes!
More shots.
Where is she going if her boyfriend's dead? Just like,
Where's she going? To
Yeah.
the rest of a great life.
yeah.
To like,
Not encumbered by a human disaster.
he's a human disaster.
Oh, he is garbage times a million. I mean, like, do people like Logan? What
I know-
is wrong with you?
I know this show's
How
all about.
could you?
Okay, wait a minute. You. Everybody shut the fuck up. But you, why do you like Logan?
I like him. I think he had the most adult relationship with Rory other than Jess. I mean, their actual relationship, Jess and Rory, was fucking nuts.
Well, but it's just because they were kids. They didn't get to try as adults. But
Classic
I get you.
Team Jess.
You think they had an adult relationship, like a healthy, a good adult relationship? Are you married to this guy? Is this what you guys are up to?
She found her
Is
Logan.
this an adult relationship?
I just think he was the most maybe realistic adult in comparison to the other. We're talking compared to Dean and Jess.
Oh, of course. But like, also, he's a piece of shit, right? Who is like, kind of like, who like, no, boo? Do not boo me.
Fight, kiss, fight.
I will fight this audience unless it's a woman, in which case I will kiss her to death.
You all check
On the
under your
boobs.
seats.
We have just completed the synopsis, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm in. I'm in already. I want to go person by person
Talk to every single
with you
person.
dummies and figure out what's what.
I mean, I do see that point in terms of like screen time on the show, her and Logan have the most like stable like number of episodes where they're not.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree that they have the most adult relationship because he is the relationship during her adult years.
Yeah.
So by default, that is the most adult relationship, except he's kind of a condescending prick, and she's like kind of, I don't know, trapped.
Roy Gilmore, the trapped years. I mean, and he's getting into his Dr. House phase in this episode, which is super exciting. But before we go on, we must ask the question, how did the WB promote this show? In the year 2006. And the answer is this promo, but also the answer is not very well. And in fact, they promote kind of another episode. So we'll kill the lights and let's watch the promo.
Next Tuesday, only one Gilmore Girls episode left
You're pregnant?
I don't believe it!
until the unbelievable season finale.
You are leaving for London. Who knows when we'll see each other again?
Where have you been?
Let's elope.
Fresh Gilmore Girls, next Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on the WB.
Some of that's not in the episode.
Most of it.
Most. Most of it is not in the episode. So the WB saw this episode, said, you know what? No. We're going to promote the next episode. Because it's one episode until the finale. That was the way they marketed it.
Interesting. Do you think they ever planned to air them back to back? Was it meant to be like a two-parter in that sense? Like a classic, like it is all one episode, but just split?
I don't think so. I think a lot of the times the promos they run are like using future scenes just so it's like, this episode is nothing, please stay tuned, I promise we have something.
Yeah.
And it is, although it is interesting, both Amy Sherman and Daniel Palladino have a co-writing credit on both these last two episodes. So I don't know I don't think it's like supposed to be of one piece. But
And I love that we're supposed to think it's Lorelai who's pregnant. Because they don't show that it's one of my all-time favorite Gilmore characters, Luke's sister.
Pepper Ann, baby! Team
Love
Pepper Ann.
And her husband TJ, one of the DeLuise boys.
TJ Tanner.
One of the top 3 characters of the show.
TJ?
Yeah.
Really? Who's not the other two?
Paris.
Top 3.
Paris and still Paris, but TJ.
Oh, you're all in on Paris.
Yeah.
Paris
Oh, for
occupies
sure.
2 spots.
Yes.
I get it.
Because
And the others?
if I go to say a
I'd
second one, she'll
occupy
give
2
me
of Paris' slots.
Okay, sir. It's not
Which
that
2?
kind of show.
No, I'm kidding. We're not. This is bad.
Woo! Family friendly, 7 o'clock show
Oh,
on
wait, are
Sunday.
there-
Are we
Kids here?
ever family friendly?
I mean, I'm friendly to families after the show.
I feel like when you guys announced it was me, like 4 people got up and left with children.
There are a bunch of empty seats in the back.
There's a few. But let's get into it with a segment we call Pop Goes the Cult, where we take every pop culture reference in the episode. Jason was shaking his head in disbelief.
I love that. Like, I love how excited the people in the audience are to participate in the recurring bits. They just went, sure.
Never more excited for a single syllable. This is episode 621, The Driving Miss Gilmore. This is Pop Goes the Culture.
How can you possibly say she looked better with the dark hair?
She did. The blonde just seemed like she was trying to be her sister.
The dark hair makes it look like she's trying too hard not to look like her sister. Plus, she does not have the nose for dark hair.
What does that mean?
Dark hair is like a giant light-up arrow pointing to what is wrong with you. Blonde hair, it all sort of blends in a haze of beige.
Nuts. You're nuts.
You're double nuts!
They'll do a 60 Minutes on that woman one day, mark my words.
I've got Dina and Moshe Abramowitz on top of me.
Isn't this bouncing bothering you?
It was, but now it's kind of like having a Beyonce video on.
That crappy job that doesn't pay enough that we can even go to Dollywood once in a while.
Ridiculous. Sarah Bernhardt overdramatic.
My hearing's just fine, Lorelai.
Starvation, scurvy, the Donner Party. If we put that hat on Frosty the Snowman, he'd be living in Miami right now. What, did you get Clemenza to hide a gun in the bathroom first?
Ellen Keller just signed water, ain't he?
It looks
looks like Harrison Ford's backyard.
Iron Maiden, Strappadode.
We're always listening to the Allman Brothers, and we should never hire guys that listen to the Allman Brothers.
No, really? I thought you were just doing your best Mia Farrow and Broadway Danny Rose impersonation.
To reenact their favorite scenes from Misery?
When you suspend him in the air with a rope tied to his hands that are tied behind his back.
You're scaring me with your knowledge of torture.
I did a paper on the Attorney General. It comes with the territory.
Life in modern America?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Onassis. I was looking for my mother.
Get up, but super slow. It should look like the Monty Python routine you're moving so slow.
I'll make John Cleese proud.
And he asked me to open for Neil Young and a bunch of East Coast dates.
You know you wouldn't treat Nicole Kidman like this.
Marcus Welby was handsome, and George Clooney.
Fake doctors, Mom.
Well, I'm sure they were modeled after real doctors.
You wouldn't treat Julia Roberts like this.
You know, enough people to care for you, then go topple Saddam's statue.
Okay, then Scarlett Johansson, what are you, a shut-in?
You haven't seen the Penguin movie?
The Penguin movie rocks.
They'll move you, my friend.
Warren Beatty Jr. smooth talk you?
They say it's the car Jay-Z uses when he's in town. I assume that's an entertainer of some sort.
This episode gets both Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, that's
in
what I was
there.
gonna say.
And this weekend, Lemonade came out. Beyonce, still a relevant pop culture reference.
Yeah.
Crazy.
In
So
love.
crazy in love. That, I mean, yeah, we did not plan it out, but of course, actually, it'd be funny. We coordinated with Beyonce's camp to do this episode.
So please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time performing Lemonade, Beyonce Knowles!
How crazy would that
JK,
be?
it's only Solange.
She's like...
Too far, Mr. Mantzoukas.
We were with you for all the gross sexual stuff, but do not malign Beyonce's sister Solange.
Solange. Now, to be clear, the two people they were talking about, this felt long, didn't it?
It was a lot.
Felt like it kept going. The two people they were talking about in that first scene were Jessica and Ashley Simpson. That's why I took it to Maine, in case I wasn't clear.
I couldn't figure that out for the life of me.
Yeah, because they did not say their names, but this
That's how culturally relevant the Simpson sisters were at the time.
Was this pre or post Hoedown SNL?
Oh, hold on, where the...
Pre. Pre.
It
Yeah.
must... No, I think it was post.
No.
Maybe.
I feel like this was... Well, maybe.
I don't know. There's a universe in which we're both right.
I feel like if it was post, they would have commented on the lip syncing.
Yeah, like she would have done a hoedown, pointed everything wrong with her face.
Yeah.
But yeah, a very interesting reference to go on that long for not naming who the people are that they're referencing.
Well, they're just so fired up because of the spaghetti and meatballs.
At one point, I just thought it was like an in-joke about Sherilyn Fenn because they said blonde and dark-haired.
Oh, that'd be crazy meta.
It's not.
I don't think it was, though.
Nope.
It could have been, though.
Nope.
That would have been fun. So
And I love that they have to call it the Penguin movie. They can't say March of the Penguins.
Freeman
the Penguin
wanted to
movie.
sue.
What's that?
Freeman was going to sue.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Another Freeman reference in this very
Yeah.
episode. Something's going on at the Palladino house.
That's true.
And also in this episode, but you know what's funny about that? March of the Penguins was referenced earlier this season.
So maybe Freeman saw that and was like, "You don't ever say my name on your show." And then they were like, "The Penguin movie."
That's like when they have to call it the big game, not the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
When they're like, getting ready for the big game.
That's another thing the Super Bowl and March of the Penguins have in common.
Of many things.
So guys, this episode, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, this episode feels like there's 4 kind of concurrent stories that intersect at different times. There's Emily and Lorelai's journey in the car. Mm-hmm. There's Suki and Jackson's journey into...
love it. I love it.
The kingdom of weed.
Yeah,
I only wish that this had turned in... This was began like a Weeds, the TV show, like series for where Jackson and Suki are secretly marijuana dealers in Stars Hollow.
I want that so much.
Like that would... Maybe that is what season 7 is and we just don't know.
I feel like, it feels like the characters themselves would have a more relaxed attitude towards pot if it wasn't on the WB.
Sure.
Because I think there is an episode where Suki said like, "Oh yeah, I was high when I graduated, when I walked down the..."
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think
that's
it's even the network. I think it's just, that's so much weed. Like, what do you do? Like, if a cop's like, "Yeah, it's cool to have weed," what do you do when you're like, "Yeah, I have 68 pounds of it, though. I have a small baby's worth of weed."
Okay.
It's like a pretty big baby.
Okay.
Baby's worth of
If we're
weed.
measuring in baby weights...
Well, now, hold up. I was 100 pounds at birth. No.
Like, I heard you had your baby. Yup. She was 68 pounds. Don't you mean 6.8? I wish. My vagina's a disaster. Now hear me out, guys. I'm gonna ask you to just really imagine that. Because 68 pounds is conservatively the size of like a 12-year-old.
Well, we actually do have a visual up on the screen.
No!
We don't.
That would be amazing.
I was gonna throw like a meatball sub up there, but I chose not to. Folks.
Whoa, whoa.
Kevin, you can't do that. Only he can.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's right.
Don't be gross.
Don't be gross.
It's the one monster at a time rule that we enact at these shows. When Demi tries to be a weirdo, it does not go well for him, nor for me. So we will be good
Somehow
boys.
I get away with it, guys.
Yes.
Because you're so charming.
Like Viola
I'm
Davis.
listening.
Go on. The other two...
Gentlemen in tights.
Yeah, for the listener at home, Demi is still wearing the air pants.
I didn't. There's no backup plan for this. I'm just like, this is it.
Looks great.
Yeah. It's what Prince would have wanted.
It truly is.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is...
I feel like that's true.
Both times that we have done Prince songs, I've had tearaway pants.
Yeah. That's the common denominator.
Yeah.
I think you guys should have... this is what you guys are selling, right?
This is one of the things.
People should... It should be a thing to see how many people you can get posting pictures of themselves wearing these pants the air date, or I guess when the show launches.
Yeah.
Like, who's wearing these pants when they're watching the first brand new Gilmore Girls?
Hashtag air pants for Gilmore. Let's get it popping.
Air pants for Gilmore is good. I actually love this idea. But it's going to be difficult. Like, how do they get the legs in the same frame as the screen they're watching it on when they take the...
And they have like a TV.
Here's the good news. They have from now until then to figure it out.
Yeah, you got months.
Which I think is going to be a while.
Yeah, it could be a very long time.
Did you hear? It's official December.
Oh, boy.
I didn't hear that.
No, I'm sorry.
It is funny. One of the stories in this episode is about Rory contacting someone for a retraction for some false information, which is a situation Demi and I just went through because there was these articles that said, Lauren Graham just spilled the beans on the release date for Gilmore Girls.
Based on Ben Epstein saying, I saw Lauren the other day and she said probably December, which is not a
like
translation.
probably not even, like we've heard November, we've heard October 2019, we've heard never, we've heard it all. It's fine.
They're still even shooting, who knows?
Yeah. Sorry, that was very personal. I might cut that out. That might just be for you guys.
Let's air out some dirty laundry.
That might be a Gilmore Guys live exclusive. What was the fourth story in this one? We got newspaper retraction. We got weed dealer. Oh, TJ and Liz.
Logan is sick. TJ and Liz. Yeah.
TJ and Liz. Let me ask this of the panel being you two. Who is a better man in this episode? Luke Danes or TJ? TJ.
Luke is
Sorry, guys.
What do you mean? They're both great.
In this episode, in this season, Luke is fucking up. He's terrible right now, I think.
Luke's bad news bears.
He's, you know what? He's in over his head with this April Nardini situation.
But it's not her fault, much like Goodwill Hunting.
When it comes down to whether or not he wants to accept help, though, from Lorelai, he's just like, no, I don't want you to be a part of it. And that's such a bullshit move. Let her deal with it, too.
But, I mean, I feel like Luke is operating within Luke parameters, and to expect differently of him is foolish. You know what I mean? Like Luke is, I don't think Luke is going to figure this out quickly. Luke is kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
You know, who is like very slow for change and very scared and skeptical of things. And so I feel like Luke is, yes, fucking up. He's to keep Lorelai at arm's distance is bad. All the stuff he's doing is bad. But he's doing it for the right reasons. It's just he's an idiot about it, I think.
I mean, of course he's well-intentioned. He's not the villain. He's not the monster. But...
No, April Nardini is.
No,
I
she's
completely
a
disagree. I
child.
think Luke is the villain.
She's a
I
good
blame
little
Luke
girl.
for everything.
Yeah, no, that, like, I'm sure, just like Kylo Ren was a good little boy.
He was, and then he got...
Until he grew up a little bit, killed everybody at the Jedi Ranch, and then his father, Han Solo, spoilers.
Oh, here we go, spoilers.
Spoilers for the movie Star Wars The Force Awakens.
What if April kills Luke in the revival?
Great. Great.
I would love that. I would love it if Rey's parentage is revealed to be Luke Danes, not Luke Skywalker, Luke Danes and Sherilyn Fenn Nardini, and that she is April Nardini, all grown up on Jakku, who knew? And she's powerful with the Force, but, probably evil.
I could see it.
You get like a Galaxy Quest scene of him going up to Star Wars World. He's like, "What the? Wow, everything's all different here. You guys have coffee or what's the deal?"
Oh, I would love it if they were like, Star Wars Episode 10 is going to be written by Amy Sherman Palladino.
It's 7 hours long.
It is a banter-heavy episode. And it also stars all Banthas.
Damn it, yeah!
So it is a Bantha-heavy, banter-heavy episode. Guys, that's a Star Wars joke that is pretty much flawless. That is a pretty much flawless joke. Oh, guys, I love it. I love everything that's happening.
I love all the Star Wars. There's so many Star Wars parallels. The revival, we've said this countless times, the revival coming out is akin to Episode 7.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of parallels. There's people that are no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
What was your...
Anakin. Keep going.
Yep. Guys, we're on fire tonight. This is like top 5 episodes of Gilmore, guys.
And we haven't even discussed the show yet.
Yeah.
But we've discussed Gilmore, which is a good distinction for the listeners at home. Let's talk about the weed and doobie stuff. Can you tell that I'm a heavy pot user?
Oh, cool dude.
You're wearing a wire.
Cool dude talking about doobies. Smoking some grass.
Yeah, let's talk about doobies. Let's talk about Suki and Jackson's panic when they find out.
Wait, what is it?
We need complete privacy for this.
For what?
Smell me.
What?
Smell me. What do I smell like?
You smell like Jackson. It's something else. What is that? It's not zucchini. It's not sprouts.
It's marijuana.
Yes. Oh my God, Jackson, why do you smell like marijuana?
You know that back half acre that I haven't planted for a few years? Up on the slope, out of sight, out of mind? Well, I went back there this morning, and it's a giant field of pot. Every square inch. Hundreds of plantings. It looks like Harrison Ford's backyard.
How did this happen?
The Templeton
Star Wars.
brothers.
Templeton brothers.
They must have planted it right before I fired them. I told them to weed the back half acre. They're not the smartest of fellas.
They were always listening to the Allman Brothers, and we should never hire guys that listen to the Allman Brothers.
What are we gonna do? It's a full half acre of marijuana.
Guys, shh. We can't keep saying the M word. It's all over here.
Sound like she said the
We need to
N word.
How about evil crop?
Okay, something more normal. Hey, how about pickles?
Good, we'll say pickles. Do you realize that at this moment we are both felons?
Why? We didn't grow the stuff, the pickles? We didn't grow the pickles?
But we're in possession. If the cops came to my field today, we'd go to jail. We'd lose everything we own. We'd lose the kids.
All because of pickles?
I'm gonna send my guys home right now, and I'm gonna single-handedly pull every last pickle out of there.
Good. Yes, good. And do it quick.
I'll try.
You're sweating.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
It makes you look guilty.
I'll try to stop.
We've got to walk out of this room cool and calm, just like it's any other day.
Cool and calm. Got it.
Whoa.
I'll get you coffee.
Classic.
Some A+ chemistry. The one thing I noticed rewatching that was how long they held on the master of that, which is why I think I love Gilmore Girls so much, is they allow the performances to just play out. They don't need the rapid back and forth cutting all the time.
Well, especially in a scene like this, Amy Sherman Palladino's banter is so screwball comedy and so back and forth. You would have to be cutting so often, it would be jarring. And it's better to hold it in a tube because you're also getting the reactions back and forth.
Are you directing one of the new episodes?
So, guys, don't worry. And cut.
Hey, scoop for Bustle. Okay. Also, in this episode, it struck me that she did have a look of ooh, on her face when she first smelled the weed.
Yeah, she smelled it before.
Yeah. And she wanted that sweet,
I
sweet
feel like
weed again.
Suki was a stoner in high school, man.
Jackson definitely, he's not worried that, oh no, I don't know what to do with this pot. He's like, I can't smoke it. He looks like he was just smoking weed. He's got a tiny beanie, yeah.
Yeah. Jackson should be like, hey man, guess what? I found that weed up in my farm, man. Hey there.
I feel like there's a very simple, overlooked solution to their problem.
Smoke it, bro.
Smoke it, or just give it to Babette and Maury. to smoke.
Babette and Maury would be like, oh, sorry, our shed's all full of it. We can't carry anymore.
Or give it to Sebastian Bach.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Gil. Smoking weed every day. That'd be fun.
That'd be great. I'm going to put it on my sandwiches.
Is weed good on sandwiches, guys?
Yeah.
How does
It's
weed...
super cool.
Is it cool? Jason, will I be cool if I do it?
Oh, you're
You
such
slice
a nerd.
the pickles real thin, layer them on some mustard.
Some pickles. But I mean, this is definitely an episode full of kind of lightweight stories. For a penultimate episode of the season, there's not a lot of advancement happening. It's just like a lot of observation or fun nonsense like this. There's nothing in particular.
Well, it's an episode that is sandwiched between two very heavy episodes, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it is a little bit of a stall. You know, it's a little bit of like forwarding, like putting things in setup. There's a lot of setup going on for what's about to happen and a lot of the repercussions of what just happened.
What do you...
I'd forgotten like that Lorelai toast at Lane's wedding that goes so horribly wrong. I've forgotten about that and I like straight up cried. I was like, oh no, you dummy.
No, dude, cool kids cry.
Oh yeah, cool kids cry all the time.
Cool kids cry at this show.
Right?
Oh, one guy agrees.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
That was the guy you called a Logan earlier on in the...
Really? Was it? Was it you? Yeah. No, it was behind. It was that.
Okay.
That guy's like, no, man, no way. I'm all dude, bro. No way. No tears for me. Just did a Gilmore Guys podcast episode. Totally cool with my girl as a guy. Don't worry about it. Not crying, though. Ha, ha, ha. Game of Thrones. That's right, bro. I get that. Gilmore Guys. Uh-oh. I got feelings. Don't know exactly. But if I bring her, we have sex. Do.
This is part of Jason's TED Talk on fragile masculinity. Yep. And that was actually Act 1 of it.
Yep.
For Act 2 and 3, come back next week to this very space. What do you feel like was the most interesting story in this episode? What was the thing that had the most emotional pull for you guys? Was it watching Rory not know how journalism works?
Yes.
Or watch her run a college newspaper that appeared to be larger in staff than the Washington Post.
So, to back it up, Logan's getting discharged from the hospital after his cliff diving incident.
With his preposterous beard and mustache.
Oh, the fuzzies. He's got the fuzzies on his chin and upper lip. Not a good look. I'm
no
sorry.
thanks.
Oh, brother. I thought it was funny. The doctor in that scene when they were discharging him looked a lot like Mr. Andy Daly. I felt like you could do a double take of that. We'll get on to the fashion report.
That's funny.
But he's discharged. Rory says in this scene, oh yeah, I cut off some old lady with a handicap parking sticker. Got a primo spot.
She is so oblivious to how terrible she is sometimes.
Being in a relationship with Logan is making her like a narcissistic asshole.
I think she just goes, what would Logan do? Yeah, he wouldn't let handicapped people here. Let's do this.
I mean, and truly, we came off a very good episode for Rory. 620 is great, giving the business to Mitchum, taking care of Logan, mending ties, and all that stuff. And in this, it's tough. It's tough to watch, I feel like.
It's weird because she's in a very similar situation, but I think it's so easy for her to be like very forward and abrasive when it's defending someone else. When she's defending herself, she's just like a puppy dog. But when she's defending Logan over the phone to Mitchum, it works so much. But when she's pacing back and forth, just being like, "Oh, I'm gonna draw and quarter him," you're like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, I want to play the scene where she does find out what happens, which is Mitchum gives an interview which gives the wrong impression to the New York Times.
It was an interview with my father. If he said it to them, they get to print it.
Even if it's a flat-out lie?
They don't know that.
I look for the best and the brightest, even at the intern level.
Reading it again, you're just torturing yourself.
Ben Cochran at Harvard, he helped me out with my Boston paper, as did Frank Williams. And Rory Gilmore, I gave her first internship at my Stanford paper, and now she's the editor of the Yale Daily News. Ah!
It's classic Mitchum.
How dare he? I gave her first internship?
This is one of Dad's things, Rory, grabbing credit wherever he can, whether it's earned or not.
Everyone in America has read this.
The Wall Street Journal's readership is high, but it's not quite 300 million.
Well, enough people have read it.
Look, The beauty of a daily paper, it's in everybody's recycling bin the next morning. This will totally be forgotten.
It won't.
It will.
I remember everything I read. Front page, op-ed, concert reviews, it never leaves. My eyes accidentally flit over in obituaries. I'm hunting for the Metro section, and I can remember the deceased first wife's name a full month afterward. I mean, and that's just a flit, not even a perusal. If I perused it, I could give you his grandkids in alphabetical order 5 years later.
Ace, you drinking this in?
What?
Helen Keller just signed water, ain't he?
You walked!
All by my lonesome. You proud of your boy?
I'm very proud. Oh, and your color's coming back. You've gone from white to off-white.
Hey, can we get to the bottom line on this article here?
Give it to me.
It's all good. It's very positive what he said to you. A powerful man is citing you as one of his accomplishments. It's in no
Listen
way
to
a
his
diss.
tone of voice when he
It's
talks
actually a
to
good
her.
thing, so you should let it go.
Never.
You should let it go.
He is
Ace.
so condescending, it's awful. Oh, I love it. I love Logan apologists.
That one guy is like the representative for the audience.
Wait, is it Logan?
Yeah, it's Matt Zucker's actually in the house tonight.
In the crowd.
Yeah. That would be such a fun twist.
It's not me.
Not the actor, the character.
The character has come to life.
That scene is a scene that reveals that apparently Rory Gilmore has a superpower because she can remember. She has like that Mary-Lou Henner disease where she has like autobiographical memory and can remember every single thing she's ever read.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, guys.
It seems like a lot. What I find interesting about this too, the last episode we had you on 22 episodes ago of the show.
Oh God, so long. I missed it.
521 back in December. It was the Mitchum incident. It was.
Oh yeah.
You don't got it, kid.
That is. Oh, and especially for tonight, where I made the statement, which I will stand by, especially on tonight, which is that the Huntsbergers are the Lannisters of the Gilmore Girls universe, and that Mitchum Huntsberger is Tywin Lannister.
What does that make Honor Huntsberger?
What?
Honor, Logan's sister.
Oh,
Cersei?
Cersei.
She's just Cersei?
Yeah.
She's Cersei.
Oh.
Logan, but that makes Logan Jamie.
Yeah.
What?
Ugh.
Couldn't it?
But he kind of is a Jamie. Ooh, I hope Logan's hand gets cut off. I hope in the next season Logan's hand they like lean into the Lannister connection.
I think this is the version of his arm getting cut off. He breaks his leg.
Oh, the life of that.
I've never heard someone so unsympathetic to a broken leg.
I wish he had died.
I don't wish he died. I just wish he broke both legs and also his arms.
And like his dick fell off.
Yes, that would be fine.
Just like as a cherry on top.
I wish his dick fell off and then Rory had to really decide if she was going to stick around.
I wish Rory was responsible for it and she like does the Lorena Bobbitt thing of throwing it out a window.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Stars Holiday, Lorena Bobbitt in
Wherever
the 90s.
you may be. We see you in the audience.
We see you, Lorena. We see you. But isn't it funny, 22 episodes later, Rory's still hung up on this. Rory is still hung up on the curious case of Mitchum Huntsberger's disapproval, which should not be a factor
You don't
at
got
this
it,
point.
kid. You don't. I know when people got it and you don't got it, or whatever he said.
And I'm telling you, you don't, baby. Yeah, that was something like that.
I would have loved it if he called her baby.
And then like give
Look,
her a
sweet
little...
cheeks, you don't got it.
So why don't you turn around and get out of here on those getaway sticks?
Use your gams to get out that door, kid.
I love Mitchum. I think he's great.
He's not quite James Caan.
No.
He's
James
not
Caan
James
light.
Caan. Oh, wow, we've not talked about that.
Right? Oh, have you never said, like,
No.
Mitchum Huntsberger is not James Caan?
Yeah.
Even though he basically is James Caan?
Guys, go home and Google James Caan. You're going to be shocked. Do a side-by-side.
The dude from Elf?
The dude from Elf.
That's me. That's my
Mitchum
impression of me.
Elfberger. But yeah, she's still hung up on it. And so she goes to such lengths as to call the reporter who printed this story. Why is this a factor? Like, it kind of bumped me out, again, after coming off such a good episode, that this is the story for Rory. Like, I thought it would have been more interesting if she was, like, finding a way to take care of Logan, even though she kind of resented him for him kind of cheating on her during the bridesmaids hunting season of a couple of days, apparently, that they were broken up.
I wish that she had just let it go, because this feels, I mean, like, for it to be still a thing in her life, literally a season later, it's crazy. She should have let this go, especially...
I disagree. I mean, I disagree only in the sense that, like, I feel like at that age, something like that sticks with you.
Right.
I feel like what she's doing now is, you know, at the paper, blah, blah, is, unfortunately or fortunately, to prove something. And she's trying to prove, like, I feel like any disapproval you get, you're always trying to disprove. And she has so much approval coming in from her parent, from her mom, from her dad, from her grandpa. Everybody is so approving and supportive of Rory. The one person who has said anything negative, she is, a year later, still trying to prove him wrong? Like, I'm still trying to do comedy just because somebody told me I wasn't funny.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, like, I know people who do. I know people who are doing this business because they're like, and you know what? My dad is gonna see that I'm right, and I should be funny.
Yeah.
And those people always are not funny.
The thing about this one that gets to me is last episode was such a great moment for her versus Mitchum that it felt like that should have been the end. It should have been her going like, you don't own me, you don't have control over my feelings anymore, you're a shitty father, I clearly don't care what you have to say about my journalism skills. So the idea that the very next episode she's like, oh no, it still bugs me, I was upset. It sort of negates the power of Rory standing up to Mitchum at the end of last episode.
That's the power of Rory. She does end up calling the journalist, to which...
This is insane.
It's kind of sad to watch, unfortunately.
Hello? Yes, hello. Is this Kimberly Wells?
Yes, it is.
Thank you for taking my call, Miss Wells.
Call me Kimberly.
Okay, Kimberly. The reason I'm calling is...
Something to do with my interview with Huntsberger, right?
Yes, it has to do with that.
Give him hell, Harry.
So what's this about?
Why does he
I'm calling to
care?
request a correction.
He's got nothing else to do.
Everything that Mitchum said about me.
I'm looking at the piece now.
She's got a lot of
He didn't say much
degrees.
about you.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't use many words, but he said a lot.
And Rory Gilmore. I gave her first internship at my Stanford paper, and now she's editor of the Yale Daily
Oh,
News.
she's
What part of
married.
that is wrong?
None of it technically, but essentially,
married.
it's all a lie.
Did he not give you an internship at the Stanford Eagle Gazette?
Yes, he did, but...
And are you not editor of the Yale Daily News?
Well, I am actually, but it's the impression he left, that he gave me my start. He did not give me my start.
Tell her if a correction's not appropriate, maybe a clarification is.
That's dumb.
Get out of here.
Hello?
Sorry, I got distracted. Here's the thing. Mitchum is depicting me as one of the feathers in his cap. I am not one of his feathers.
Yes, but here's our thing. We can't print corrections to impressions. That would be chaos.
Even if the impression is wildly misleading?
Again, that's an impression. We don't correct impressions.
I see. What about a clarification?
Good girl.
We don't do those either.
I see.
I really need to run.
You know, it's just gonna bug me forever that he put this out there.
That's showbiz.
Okay.
Showbiz?
You're right. I mean, I guess it's gonna be in people's recycling bins by tonight and totally forgotten by tomorrow, right?
Actually, I always hope that the stuff I work so hard on isn't just totally forgotten the next day.
Oh, yeah, well, me too. I mean, back at you, sister. Thank you for your time.
Wait.
Could you hold on a second, please? What?
Ask her if there are any internships available.
Okay.
Oh,
I could
thank
fax
you
her
for
my-
your time.
This is not showbiz.
None of that
This
was,
is an article about, like, media moguls, or not media mogul, like newspaper mogul, right?
And let's talk about the reality of Mitchum Huntsberger bringing Rory Gilmore up in any context whatsoever. And the New York Times being like, oh yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, as if it's something to brag about to have once employed someone who is now a college newspaper editor.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's talking about her.
I have a controversial opinion about this scene, which is that... What the fuck? Who was that?
Uh-oh.
Who just...
Uh-oh.
Someone, for you
A
at
lot of
home,
vocal
one
dudes
person
in
in
this
the audience,
audience.
I said I have a
I think you bring
controversial
it out.
opinion, and someone just goes, uh-oh.
Here, you do it again. You do it again, and I'll do him.
Okay.
I have a bit of a controversial opinion about this scene.
Here we go.
It's not even that I don't know if that guy is like,
Classic
oh, this fucker, or like, uh-oh, like a fight's about to break out.
The South had a point.
Are you guys,
It's about
are you
to be a
guys leaving?
jailbreak.
Are you guys leaving? Oh no, are you mad?
I do not blame
Are you mad at us?
It was a very targeted attack.
Are you gonna go poop or pee?
Oh no, we don't ask that.
Oh.
Get into it. We
We
don't.
don't.
She said
You
number
know
one.
what? Disregard.
We're timing you. But Mitchum's not wrong.
Okay, guys, she's gone.
She's not. Oh, she's running back. She's running back.
Just kidding.
Nothing. Anyway, Mitchum has a point.
La 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 la.
Okay.
Gilmore. Okay, the door's closed. How are we gonna prank her?
Okay, guys, she's gone. Okay, now when she comes out, the cake is gonna be here, and we're gonna all say, What if the whole thing was just this entire series
This
was
podcast.
an elaborate setup for a one birthday party situation? Let's just all wait in absolute silence, and then when she comes back, we'll pretend like we're starting again. Like we've been waiting. Let's actually not pretend, let's wait.
When she comes back, we're all gonna point and cheer and go, Allison, you're back. Yeah. I'm 1,000% serious about this. Should we wait?
Oh, Allison, are you back?
Welcome back, Allison!
Hey, Allison!
All right! So, we can start the show back up again.
Finally!
We didn't want you to miss a goddamn thing, Allison, because it's all about you.
Oh. What if she was like, I have to...
So like we were saying...
Before someone's bladder got in the way.
There's legitimately 3 people in the audience right now who are like, oh, fuck. I know I shouldn't have drank that whole beer so quick. Now they're gonna do that to me. 2 people tonight will pee their pants so as to not be yelled
to
at
not
by
get
us.
roasted by the panel.
Who's it gonna be?
And it will be worth it.
We ain't mopping shit up.
Mitchum's not wrong.
I don't think Mitchum is complete. This is another thing that Mitchum does. It's so... Because he's not factually wrong, and he's not wrong that I do think...
You mean the quote he gives to the newspaper?
The quote is not factually wrong, and I also think he's giving himself credit for something that we're supposed to sort of glean, which is that Rory would not be at the newspaper if Mitchum wasn't an asshole to her. He pushed her out in a way that made her go like, well, fuck that guy, I'm gonna be a newspaper. Like, I don't think it was Jess that is responsible for where she is now. I think it's Mitchum, which sucks because it sucks to give him credit for that because he's a dick, but like, he's not wrong.
Wait, to be clear, you said it's not Jess who's responsible for where she is now.
I don't think Jess is responsible for the go-getter Rory that made her the newspaper editor. I mean, technically no one is. They just voted at random. But the fact that she is even doing a good job of it at all is because Mitchum was like, you can't do it. And so she's like, well, I'll fucking show you.
Yeah, the Spike career that Jason outlined
Exactly.
for us. But as Jason said, those people usually aren't that funny. And again, is Rory a good journalist?
She's also not very funny.
Apparently not, because she doesn't know how it works.
Like at all.
Here's something very weird about this scene and other scenes. Every time they show someone talking to a journalist, the journalist is a huge asshole sometimes. I said sometimes and always at the...
I thought that lady was fine.
No, but like they're like, yeah, I'm sassy. It's like, sorry, you want me to do what? Like that's the subtext of every scene that we have with a journalist. Like when in 518, when Lorelai's like, hey, can you not print all that stuff I said about my mom? And she's like, hey, this is what journalism is. It's like, does Amy hate journalists or why does she keep... It's always this story.
Would it be a shock? Would it be a shock?
I'm sure she was like, don't print that thing I said about my show. And they're like, can't do it. This is showbiz.
Gilmore Guys, yeah.
Yeah. About Gilmore Guys.
Did you see in the Entertainment Weekly article, we're quoted at one point, and the immediate quote after is, it's a huge pain in the ass, Amy Sherman Palladino. That's true.
About you guys?
About spoilers leaking, but our quote was right before. I don't think it was directly about us, but that was a
Have you guys been issuing a lot of spoilers?
No.
Not on purpose. Until you ruined it at the top of the show with the casket sex. Sorry, we're gonna erase it out, everyone.
But what you don't know, and I am gonna spoil it now, is that Dean is still alive, but is buried alive. And so part of the first episode is Dean having to dig himself out of his own grave. It is chilling.
That's winter.
He is unsuccessful.
We did posit that he becomes a weird like woodsman.
Yep, he becomes a White Walker.
Yeah. with like a huge ass beard and just like awful hygiene and tarantulas crawling on him that he thinks are his sons.
He becomes a wildling.
Oh yeah, more accurately. And guys, the best part of this episode, I feel, by a mile, is the stuff with Emily and Lorelai.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
The stuff with Emily and Lorelai, which I was so look at the image of her splayed out on the couch with her sunglasses on, is the first thing I think of when I think of this episode, and just an iconic image.
My favorite thing it related to is the North Dakota hotel room that Richard Gilmore is in, or South Dakota. I can't remember which Dakota he's in. But that set was that set really made me laugh.
We might have a picture of it to look at later.
Because I really wanted it. That was another one where I was like, it's such a tight shot on him, and he's like in this ridiculous place. I wanted it to widen out, and he was just like in like a whorehouse or something.
We'll put a picture of it on the screen right now if we can dim the lights.
I really wanted him to be in like something real weird.
Because I mean, the bow tie is undone.
Oh yeah.
If Richard Gilmore's bow tie is undone, some shit's about to go down.
It's dicks out.
Bow tie's undone, dicks out. That's the
because
code?
you know he has a bow tie on his dick as well.
Oh, is that revealed?
Yes, that's in. Spoilers.
Those are the final 4 words. Woo. Okay, but that scene, I feel like, in all the scenes, I'm a sucker. Everyone knows this. I'm a sucker for Emily, Lorelai interaction. To me, that's my favorite relationship out of all the pairings, and as much as I love all of them in different ways, Emily and Lorelai together, because there's a weird almost, as much as Lorelai's put on by her mother and, I have to do this and do these errands, there's almost this weird like Lucy and Ethel dynamic between them, where they less become like mother and daughter, more like just kind of jabbing with each other at their best. There's a little bit of it in this episode, not as much, but I want to play that scene where Lorelai picks up her mom.
Mom?
In here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Onassis. I was looking for my mother.
Will you at least promise to keep your comedy set at my funeral to under 5 minutes?
Sorry, Mom. How are you feeling?
Horrible. That quack eye surgeon blinded me for life.
I don't think he blinded you for life.
Well, he blinded me for the next 2 days at least. The procedure was a disaster. He did one eye and then announced that the new procedure didn't comport to the anatomy of my eye, so he had to resort to the old procedure, which I absolutely did not want.
Because it's so last year.
And of course, he wouldn't go near the other eye until he saw how this one healed.
Well, that makes sense.
And then Dr. Mengele told me to rest and is having me put eye drops in every hour, further impeding my vision. And to top it off, the man looked nothing like Marcus Welby.
Okay, Mom, where are all the people?
What people?
Well, Dad made it seem like you were surrounded by a small army, enough people to care for you, then go topple Saddam's statue.
They're all gone.
Gone where?
To hell, I hope. One person more incompetent than the rest.
But all of them, the nurse?
They'll do a 60 Minutes on that woman one day, mark my words.
The housekeepers?
Ate everything that wasn't nailed down.
The errand boys?
Their pants hung down below their underwear. And no one was worse than the driver he got me. Have you ever met the cab drivers in Prague?
No.
Well, they would hide their wallets from this man. Plus, I think he had a gun in his pocket.
Maybe he was just happy to see you.
Lorelai, up. It doesn't matter anyhow. I'm fine getting my own food, and I don't need people underfoot. I called the agency, and a new maid will be here tomorrow morning. But I need to run some errands today, and obviously I can't drive. You'll have to do that.
Do what?
Drive me.
Oh, no, Mom, why don't you just give me the list of errands and I'll do them for you?
No, it would take too much explanation. Grab my bag, please.
Mom, seriously, what kind of errands are they? Shopping, banking, hardware store?
I need to get my coat first.
Mom, is it dealing in human trafficking? Because I am an excellent people person.
So that was a human trafficking joke on Gilmore Girls.
Love it.
On the WB.
No better audience for it.
Pretty low-cut dress for Lorelai. Right? Like, way more cleavage than she's normally showing. Am I right?
I mean, sometimes, especially in the last few seasons of the show.
Just saying.
As the quality of the show goes down, so does her neckline. Perhaps. Yeah. Was that offensive? Was that the thing?
Kevin.
Again.
Too far.
We have to be good little boys.
Keep it classy.
I'm sorry, what's a sex? My bad.
Classic.
Don't know sex, don't know weed.
Gotta make it dirty just to be funny.
Oh man, but one of the other kind of interesting runners in this episode was Lorelai's reactions to all the Christopher stuff. You saw it a little bit at Friday Night Dinner where she's like, wait, why are you talking to him? That's weird. What are you doing? And then when Emily brings it up in the car again later, she's like, who do you think I should set Christopher up with? Who would be a good girl for him? Blah, 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 blah. And I can't read what's going on in her face, but it seems to be a measure of discomfort that's going on with Lorelai. What did you guys interpret that to be?
I don't see, in the car at least. Wait, are we measuring what Emily's feeling or what Lorelai's feeling?
What Lorelai's feeling.
In the dinner, it's like, you shouldn't be involved with him. I don't trust that guy. But in the car, it's very much like, he's not good for any of those girls. No, he needs a different girl. I don't know who though. What girl could it be?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it is interesting that like, you know, this like I also love Emily and Lorelai scenes because there's so much just really fucked up family subtext always at play. Yeah. And this is a great one because it's all subtext. This whole storyline is all subtext, like what they're doing and then what they're doing, what it means what they're doing. And the idea that Emily is poking at Lorelai by specifically choosing women that Lorelai knows and went to school with and blah, 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 just so that Lorelai can be saying no to the women that Emily thinks, basically, hopefully revealing that it should be Lorelai and Christopher. Like, of course.
Where do you come down on... Wait, do you feel like that's a Emily manipulation?
Yes.
I don't. I sincerely don't.
Oh, don't you think that this is Emily just seeding the ground so that she can perhaps, maybe even very soon, invite Christopher to dinner with them?
I don't think so.
Spoiler.
I really didn't read it like that, because okay, here's the thing. If this is a manipulation, it's a really, really good... Like, she isn't like...
It's a long game.
I'm sorry, this is Emily Gilmore.
I know, but usually... I'm saying...
This bitch is a Jedi master of manipulation.
I know, but usually we can tell when she's being manipulative. We see it, like, usually... I feel like it's pretty easy to predict.
No, I mean, like, this is 100%.
No, I totally disagree.
I disagree with all of you motherfuckers.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
By a show of hands...
We're doing show of hands instead of applause?
Oh, we can do applause, too. Show of hands is easier to look at, but we can do applause. Okay, let's
we'll do show of hands.
Who agrees with the guys here that this is not an Emily Gilmore manipulation?
I see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
now,
8, 9.
Guys, I already know this is gonna feel great. By applause, who agrees with me? Eat shit, Gilmore boys!
Here's the thing.
It's guys to you, Jason.
Here's the thing.
Come on.
If it's a manipulation to get Christopher into her life, what the fuck is she buying a house for?
That's the thing.
Or
no.
What is she buying? A sex house?
Okay, you are missing everything. She's working on so many levels. The house is a misdirect. The house is a misdirect. She wants that house, but guess who's not gonna get to that house in the end? Luke. Guess who is? Christopher. Nuclear family in one house. Gilmore's part 2. Lorelai, Christopher, the baby, Christopher's baby. Gigi, thank you. And Rory, all in one house, just like Emily Gilmore wants. Respectable guy, not baseball hat wearing lunkhead Luke. Get him out of there. That's what Emily wants. That's what I'm saying Emily wants.
Emily is so good at manipulation. I feel like we would, like, it's so transparent when she's being manipulated. This doesn't seem like she's talking to Lorelai. She even moves off of the topic so quickly.
Oh, she's playing this so good. This is like Les Liaisons Dangereuses.
If she
in its level of manipulation.
If she's manipulating, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like other times we've seen her manipulated so clear, and Lorelai doesn't fall for... Like... I think she truly is just trying to make peace with Christopher, but I don't fucking know what.
And I feel like the next episode too, even though you haven't seen it, you have, but the next episode goes with, stop it with the eyebrows, stop it.
I've seen everything.
You're making me feel weird.
Yes.
It supports our theory that it's not a manipulation.
It supports my theory.
No.
Opposite. Oh, really? Because here's the thing. Spoilers. The first scene, they have invited Christopher to family dinner without telling Lorelai.
Yeah.
Did someone just gasp?
You're not helping, sir.
Did someone just audibly gasp? Was it you? That.
I like a man who owns up to his guests.
Sir, are you okay? That was awesome.
That
like,
was
Me, oh my. Anyway, I'm right.
If
I want to follow up with you on this after we do the next episode.
Sure. Another reason that I don't think this is a manipulation is because there's parallels in the cold open and her giving the house that sort of, I think that giving people real estate under their name is like a truce from the Gilmores. Like they try to do it with Rory to be like, we fucked with your school, but now we're trying to, do something in your name. And they give her a house to be like, we did try to meddle in your affairs. I don't know.
Everything the Gilmores give is for them to have control over the girls.
So why isn't she?
Every act of generosity is for Richard and Emily, or is to keep the girls under their control. That is it. End of story. There isn't an act of generosity that doesn't come with strings attached.
If that's true, then
no. Rory's what? Rory's dorm room? What about it?
Emily. Oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't see that one.
I
mean, I did back then, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen it because I just didn't. But you get it. You and I get it. Call me later.
No, this is not what this is for.
No, that's not how this works?
We don't do that. It's a policy.
Okay. How do I say which ones are the cute ones?
You don't.
I don't? That's okay. Got it. Forget
It's a
it.
mystery.
Disregard.
We are very divided on this. This is so interesting.
Well, if she's trying to manipulate, like, if this is a form of control, why would she? I just can't get behind the idea that she buys a house and is like, but don't you worry, it's going to be Christopher. And I feel like if she's buying a house, it is to control them, but it's to control Lorelai and I don't.
Yeah,
as much as we are
I would
arguing
say that.
about
I would
this,
say that.
I don't like. I'm not like this is the hill I will die on. We have 23 episodes to argue about.
This is the hill I will die on tonight. By the end of this podcast, one of us will be dead.
There is a man up in the balcony with a gun pointing at whoever's
Yeah, there's
wrong.
snipers both on me and Jason.
I would love it if this podcast episode ended in a fight to the death.
Again, there are brass knuckles taped to everyone's chairs.
It would take so long. None of us are strong.
It's going to be like that scene in The Kingsman.
The scene in what?
The Kingsman.
Oh, that's fun.
Wasn't fun. Children died.
That was a good movie. I mean, before we get to that killer finale where we can explicate that more, let's talk about the male hero of this episode, TJ.
Let's do it. I thought you were going to say Doyle.
What's that?
Old Doyle.
Oh yeah.
Little shoulder man.
Such a sweet, sweet man. Okay, so Liz is preggers, as we saw in the promo that made us think it was Lorelai. Liz tells Luke, yeah, I'm pregnant, pepper in.
With like the excitement that you tell someone that you got them like a fridge magnet from a trip. She's like, babies? How do you feel about babies?
Again, received and given with as much gravitas as when Luke told her that April exists, and she's like, cool.
Yeah.
All right. What,
that's nice.
Can we get some pizza?
That's her weed.
Yeah, that's her weed.
They should have given her the weed 100%.
Yeah.
To sell at the Renaissance fairs that they go to.
Yes. Oh, Liz and TJ are the weed dealers.
That would be amazing. In a spin-off like Breaking Bad type show.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about this when let's actually. Spin-off is a perfect idea for this storyline because we need to see Liz and TJ and their son. And in a spin-off, we would get Jess, we'd get Luke, we'd get everything.
We're all happy. You guys get Jess, we get TJ. Everybody wins here.
Don't you want to see TJ try to raise a child?
Yes.
He'd kill a child in the first season.
Oh, that would be amazing. If Liz died and it was about TJ being a single dad.
Oh my God.
He's so dumb.
Grown up. It'd be called Growing Up Gilmore.
Growing Up Gilmore.
I mean, neither of them are Gilmore.
They're not
so
Gilmores, though.
No, TJ's so moved. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take Lorelai's name. It feels right. I'm TJ Gilmore.
How about this? How about if TJ takes Luke and Liz's name and the show is called Great Danes?
Oh!
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's the end of the show.
If
Thank you guys for coming out.
The road.
Great Danes.
Great
Come on.
Scott. That was
Come on.
fantastic.
Oh, guys, we're having fun.
This is a free podcast. Well, not for you people, but for
Yeah,
the
you
listeners
paid.
at home, this is a free podcast.
You guys paid and we sat here for 2 minutes waiting for someone to finish peeing.
Those were minutes
Again, what's up, Allison?
Those are minutes you paid for. Those are minutes you paid for. Allison, we listened to everything you did. We know what you did, Allison.
Killed them all, of course.
I killed them all. One of the best things we've ever done on a live show. Let's pick it up because a great fountain of wisdom when it comes to relationships and advice and communication and
Miss Patty?
how to talk to. I wish, sir. But it's actually Luke positions himself in this scene. So Liz says to Luke, "Oh yeah, TJ left. He ran off. He left. Blah blah blah." And then Luke, chases him down to beat him up. I guess I don't know what the plan was there.
Yeah.
I guess it was
the
to beat
plan
him
was
up.
to beat him, punch him in the face, he said.
He's a dumb, sexy man. And instead, he realizes, oh no, Liz is actually the one that dismissed TJ. Again, TJ being the secret hero of the show. Just want to make that very clear.
And Luke, and you can also make the connection that Luke and Liz, brother and sister, both have absolutely no idea how to function in relationships. They are both terrible at love. Terrible at intimacy, at sharing, they're awful at communication.
What family in Westeros do the Danes most resemble?
Oh man, that's such a good one. I don't think they're a family.
Is Luke just Hodor?
No, Kirk is Hodor. I hope in season 8, in the specials or in the Netflix show, Kirk only is like, Kirk? Kirk?
Well, you directed it, you should know.
Kirk. Okay. Let's do the scene. Yeah, this is the scene where Luke gives some rock solid advice to secret hero TJ.
Do you think the Gilmores are the Starks?
No. I think the Danes are the Starks.
You think the Danes are the Starks?
Okay,
it's the most
I
purely
retract
good.
it.
So
No one's a Stark.
So who do you think the Gilmores are?
Which one's Joffrey in?
That's the Lannisters.
Okay.
I mean,
Baratheons?
Logan
you think the
is-
Gilmores are Baratheons? I don't know. Oh, I feel like the Gilmores are like the Tyrells. Thank you. They're the Tyrells. They've got the money, right? The Tyrells are rich, right?
Oh, is that Natalie Dormer?
That's Natalie Dormer's grandmother, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's Emily. Great.
She's
Perfect.
the Emily Gilmore of Westeros.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We nailed it.
You nerds get it.
We figured it out. Thank you, nerds.
And that's what it is. I feel like the Huntsburgers are the Lannisters. They could also be perceived of as the Malfoys of this situation.
That's fair.
I think that's pretty spot on.
I'll give you that. All right. Wait, who's Emily in Harry Potter world? Hogwarts. I haven't read in a while. Oh,
Dolores Umbridge.
I accidentally started
Emily?
a clip.
Who's Emily?
She's Umbridge.
She's Dolores Umbridge?
Yeah.
I take umbrage with that.
Free podcast.
That's a tough one.
This could be an offstage conversation.
No.
Let's watch the scene. We gotta watch the scene. This is Luke and TJ.
Paris
Liz
is
is always
Brianna.
right about everything, and if my staying around is gonna screw up the kid like that, I'm gone. No questions asked.
Ah, jeez, Liz.
What?
Have a seat, TJ. Give me a beer. Listen, TJ. Liz wasn't talking to you when she was saying all that stuff. She was talking to herself.
I'm pretty sure she was talking to me. She kept saying my name.
No, when she said you were gonna mess up the baby, she was saying something else. Just take out the you, making it I'm.
She meant you're gonna screw up the baby?
No, she meant she was.
And I was.
No, just her.
Then why didn't she throw the ashtray at herself?
Because she was taking it out on you.
Oh, this is complicated.
That's because people are. Sometimes they just don't say what they mean.
Yeah, I hate that. It's hard enough following them when they're talking about what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's the trick with relationships, believe me. Look, you have to try to tune in to what your partner means, as opposed to what she's actually saying. They sometimes won't tell you how they're feeling, but your job is to try to figure out what she's saying from what she actually says.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got none of that.
It's okay. It's all gonna be okay. I'm gonna make this okay.
I'm gonna make this okay.
Boo.
Can we break that down for an hour and a half?
I think he's saying he's gonna kill Liz.
I'm gonna.
Here's
make
my
this
controversial
okay.
statement.
Oh no.
Oh, the first one. The first one. Too.
I think Emily Gilmore is Professor Snape. Because you think he's a villain, but he's secretly an ally.
Wait a minute, guys. Then that
Spoiler alert.
Then that undermines your theory that she's trying to get Christopher back with Lorelai.
Which
right?
is it, Jason?
What do you mean?
If she's secretly the ally, why is she trying to ruin our Harry's life?
Oh, because, by the way, Snape still does stuff that he thinks is right, even though it's...
Does he do it underhandedly?
No, not underhandedly, but, well, I mean, not exactly... I mean, I still think it adds up. Okay. I mean, it's not the best. It's not like a direct one-to-one.
They are the
but
same show.
It's pretty good.
I feel like Emily is Snape-esque. And in the revival, Rory's gonna name her kid after. It's gonna be, and here, me and Jess have birthed little Richard, Emily,
Gilmore.
Logan.
Just Richard Emily Gilmore.
Richard Emily Gilmore. Jess takes her name when they get married in the
They're
revival?
not gonna get married.
You think they're gonna get together in this revival?
Do I think who is?
Jess and Rory.
Guys, Rory Mariano is the worst name I've ever heard.
Rory Mariano.
My name is Rory Mariano. It's like, just what...
It's
Rory Mariano.
It sounds like a stereotype already.
I mean, it's tough. I would like there to be that, but I also would like it to be not... I would hope that the new episodes aren't like her still bouncing between three guys.
Literally.
That would make me very sad for them. You know what I mean? Like, it would make me sad for how little progress she would have made. You know,
Especially
that
when
being
there's
said, if she's with Logan, I mean, I will find out what's going on and I will destroy.
You go to
Like, there'll be an episode and you will see me run straight in from off camera.
It'll be like an It Follows situation.
Stab, Logan, and run out. And like, first AD's running in being like, what the fuck was that? And that's like, well, we gotta use it. It's the only shot we got.
That would be beautiful. We can only hope. We can only pray for that. This storyline in this episode, along with Rory's storyline, seems to reinforce our already existing negative opinions about the characters. Because in this scene, and I have to believe it's true, we're supposed to think that Luke's a big dumb doy-doy. Because it's like, oh, he's giving this advice to TJ, and look at how his relationship is in shambles. Lorelai's avoiding him, making up staff meetings that her and Suki and Michelle are not going to. And Rory doesn't get journalism, still hung up on Mitchum. So it's a really interesting turn.
Well, it furthers, there's so many instances in this show of people exacerbating their own problems simply by not communicating well. Yeah. And not communicating well when it's opportunistic for them not to for the sake of the story, and communicating perfectly well at other times. You know, but in each of these cases, so many of everyone's problems could be solved by just an honest conversation.
Yeah, or like a 30-minute therapy session with all the Gilmores at the same time.
Sure,
that
absolutely.
Would end in the doctor being carried away in a straitjacket. The doctor could not handle that.
Too much. Yeah, the Andy Daly doctor.
I think this scene is on we're supposed to be like, Luke, you idiot, you don't even know your own. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this scene is basically like, boy, guys, aren't they dumb? They sure are dumb about relationships. Oh, boy.
Well, except for TJ, he's secretly the smartest of them all. TJ is the Neville Longbottom of the show.
Absolutely.
Because at first you're like, what? And then you're like, oh, he's hot.
You mean the other orphaned child of the Death Eaters, of Lord Voldemort, who is not the chosen one, who's just some normal kid whose parents were also straight up murdered, but gets no props for it? Oh, you mean that Neville Longbottom?
No, the other
Who's
one.
good at herbology? Neville Longbottom?
Yeah.
Herbology sounds like the study of eating pickles.
Herbology.
He has the same birthday? It's the day. Oh, it's
this
the
has
day
become
before.
a free for all.
Part of me is like, what show is this? I know it's Harry. No, I know we're talking about Harry Potter.
Welcome back to episode 621 of Gilmore Guys, episode 1 of Potter Boys.
Potter Boys.
Potter Pals.
No, wait.
Potter Pals.
Potheads.
Potheads.
Yeah. Suki.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Smoke that
Come on.
reefer, bro.
I do want to actually, on the subject,
by the way, and the episode before, they mentioned Hagrid.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a,
Total crossover, guys.
Is Luke the Hagrid? I feel like Kirk's the Hagrid.
No, Luke's the Hagrid because
Luke is kind of the Hagrid.
Because Kirk has weirdness, whereas Luke, at the end of the day, does have warmth. And April's Luna Lovegood. Right? Yeah. Concession. Why not? I do want to play the scene at the end, if I have it, which is just Jackson and Suki running through town.
This actually made me laugh.
Yeah, this
is a very funny physical scene.
This is great. And I love, all religions are true.
And he
Here we
asked
go.
me to open for Neil Young and a bunch of East Coast dates.
Great. See ya.
That was close.
Wait, does Neil toke? We could give all of this to the town troubadour to give to him.
I think if he tokes, he's already got a connection.
Of course, he's Neil Young. Reverend Skinner.
Rabbi Moran. Hello, you two. What are you doing out this late?
Yeah, what are you doing out this late?
Archie and I like to take a stroll around town at night. It's so quiet. Good time to talk about philosophy. Good time to talk about God.
Yes, it's a great time to talk about God.
He's a good guy, that God.
Would you like to join us?
No!
We're going to hell.
Just keep running!
There's a point at which the Reverend breathes out what is definitely supposed to be cold air, but smoke? I think the Reverend's vaping.
You think Skinner's vaping,
I think he didn't even question what was in the bags. He's like, I know that smell. That's weed. Good job. Keep going.
He lets them hide it in the bell tower at his church.
Yeah, he's like, do you guys want me to take that? You guys want to come with?
It has been established that he's a cool preacher. That was established well early on into the series.
He skateboards.
But they haven't leaned on the relationship between him and the rabbi enough,
They're
which
the
is
best
delightful.
friends.
Yeah.
It's great.
So fun. And I hope Suki's only scene in the new episodes is just her running through frame with a bag of weed. I sincerely hope that. What do you think? What do you think is the one thing they got her for probably like 6 hours? What do you think is the one thing they're gonna have Suki do in the new episodes?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I bet. You know what I bet? I bet they got her for one day, and I bet they shot her into every episode, one scene in the end.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean? I bet they did like a scene because it's 4 episodes,
Yeah.
right? I bet each episode she will be in each episode, but just for a scene or something. So that
Bradley
she
Cooper.
is still part of the world, but won't be like, she won't have like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think she'll be like heavily featured, but she'll still be as much a presence as she is in a lot of these.
When you first said that, I thought you meant like she was gonna be in a green screen behind them, just doing something. in the background.
No, I more mean like, Lorelai will do like a walk and talk through and go into the kitchen, and Suki will be there.
Yeah.
Jackson will run in. He'll be like, and then like, and then the next episode that'll something else.
Right.
I bet they shot all 4. I bet they shot 4 scenes for her in one day.
What was your thought, Demi?
I just going off of the idea that she's going to be in every episode, I just imagine something where it's like, hey, Suki, how are you? Oh, just good. Sure, it's cold in winter, huh? Anyway, bye. And then it's like, oh, the leaves outside sure are pretty. It is fall.
It's a beautiful fall.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Where are you going in that
summer
bikini?
lovin'.
Must be summer. Later.
She says the episode title.
Yeah.
I love
the titular line.
the titular line.
Perfect for tomatoes. I am a chef. Anyway.
Oh, well, it's gonna be pasta tonight. Oh no, did we bury Dean alive?
I love this.
I like that she's involved in the Dean subplot.
Oh yeah.
Heavily.
Heavily involved in the Dean subplot. Because
There's.
she's the murderous psychopath that put him underground. That's the subtext of
Wait,
this.
is this part of your subplot where you think there's gonna be a murder mystery surrounding the death
Yes.
of?
Yes, that
Of
I
Richard
think-
Gilmore?
Yeah, I do. I think for sure. This episode 1 should begin with the suspicious circumstances surrounding Richard Gilmore's death.
And it should be, the culprit was Dean, so they're like, oh, he's already dead. Thank God.
Yeah. And what a lot of you don't know is that Gilmore Girls Season 8 on Netflix is True Detective Season 3.
Lorelai and Rory are True Detective Season 3.
Like Men in Black Jump Street.
Yep, exactly.
They're beating it to them.
It is a mashup.
Beating them to it. Beating it to them.
Oh, Men in Black. They wore cool suits. You think it's time for some fashion report?
Great segue.
fashion. All right, we'll dim the lights for a
Guys
little
are
bit.
so excited to do it.
We're all excited.
This girl was like,
We're all excited here.
Praise the Lord. It's a Christian podcast. Okay. First scene, the scene. Again, I'm not wrong. It's Bobo Andy Daly.
it is.
Right?
I agree.
I see Bobo Tim Robbins.
Oh, I could see Bobo Tim Robbins.
It's like they both got into that machine from The Fly. Logan is the boy in the striped pajamas. What? Who's going?
Okay, wait a second. No, but we all know in that situation, he's a Nazi. If
And
we're
in
gonna
this
reference
situation-
Logan Huntsberger in a Holocaust movie, he's gonna be a Nazi.
He's absolutely the
He's
Nazi.
not a Jew in the striped pajamas.
Blonde hair, pretty good, pretty light eyes.
Oh, mercy.
Oh my God, his and Rory's baby would be an Aryan wet dream.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yes.
he also looks like one of the Backstreet Boys.
Constantly.
Brian, to be specific.
The Nazi one.
Yeah, you know, Joey Fatone loved Hitler.
I'm the bad boy. I'm the Nazi.
Was that a plug for our merch? We do have a Backstreet Boys.
I'm the heartthrob.
It wasn't a plug.
I'm the
but-
white supremacist. We can talk.
This next song's called The Final Solution.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. Okay.
This song is Your Kampf is Mein Kampf, girl.
Again, apologies, shouts out, stars, hollers to the mother and daughter dates here. Just wanting to have a good night talking about
Look,
Gilmore
we're an
Girls.
hour and a half in. If you aren't on board already, you're just waiting for nothing.
I want to talk about the fierceness of Emily's pink outfit at the beginning. I do love this screen cap of her.
Gorgeous.
Looks like salami.
What's that?
Looks like salami.
Oh, it does. It does look like salami. Her and Richard. You know what this is, too? And I don't mean to bum people out.
Oh, no.
But 9/11.
You know, seeing two leaders, it's kind of like towers, huh?
No, but this is
He said he. What does it remind you of?
My point was going to be that we're looking at Emily, Richard being dapper, Rory drowning her sorrows in wine. This is kind of the last classic Friday night dinner we ever got. You know what I mean? With the four Gilmores behind around the table with Amy and Daniel writing the show. There's probably some more in season 7, but in the next episode, Rory leaves before the dinner starts, and
Christopher's there.
What's that?
And Christopher's there.
And Christopher's there, so not so classic. But it was really, and I love this scene. This teaser was great. It was a classic Friday night dinner teaser, kind of a non sequitur, one little thing that might advance the story when she talks about the eye surgery. But I thought it was terrifically done and a really good, if the Paladinos knew they were going out, I feel like this was a really good send-off to what those Friday night dinners were and what those teasers functioned as. Because I agree.
I liked the bit of comedy, just like the bit of comedy within, which is the belief that spaghetti and meatballs makes everybody fight, and that Richard comes in wondering where his dinner's gone. I enjoyed this cold open as well.
Very sweet, very cute. Goodbye, Friday night dinners. Sorry.
What a send-off.
Goodbye, Friday night dinners. No one's happy.
We didn't even talk about Michelle's storyline. This is Michelle and Suki in the kitchen. Michelle's storyline, which is just moving a lot. Which is just like he got a Fitbit and he's in a challenge with his friends. But he accidentally drank milk when he thought it wasn't milk, and then he has to move it. His stuff made me laugh. It truly did.
Yeah.
Also, again, good physical comedy.
Yeah.
Like the scene with Suki and Jackson. Like this episode had a lot of good physical gags, which I enjoyed.
GPGs all the way, I would say. Again, this is Suki and Jackson talking about the weed. It looks like a little condom on his head. Right?
He's always wearing an unrolled condom on his head.
It looks like a yarmulke.
A condomka?
Yes, a condomka. He looks like if Lenny from Mice of Men was Jewish.
Now, Suki, let me tell you about the rabbits. We can talk about...
I don't know what that was.
That was one of the last lines of Mice and Men.
Okay. Of Mice and Mensch. Sorry, let's go.
It's pretty good. I like that.
We can talk about the troubadour.
Grant Lee Phillips.
GP
GLP.
Grant Lee Phillips still has that same guitar with that beautiful thing around the, what's the hole called?
A hole. It's just a hole.
I'm gonna
It's
ask that
called the
question a lot.
guitar pussy.
The guitar pussy. Okay. Asked and answered.
I dropped my pick in my guitar
You can't
pussy.
say what's the hole called to me.
Okay.
It's just like no doy. What do you think is gonna happen?
That's
in that,
Jason's trigger phrase.
That is a pitch right down the middle of the.
What do you think is gonna? I mean, honestly, I can't stop myself.
Grant Lee Phillips rocking it. This is the start of his Neil Young thing.
And he looks like a young Tom Waits here.
He does.
He totally does.
He looks pretty much the same now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
not
one of the guys
aged.
that's, again, like, he was in a time machine for the last 8 years, because, boy,
And Grant Lee Phillips is legitimately, and I used to love him on the show, but it was also at the time putting out wonderful records under the name Grant Lee Buffalo.
Grant Lee Buffalo is a terrific
and
band,
is truly wonderful.
Still-
as are so many of the people in the next Troubadours episode.
I love how he also doesn't react to the weed because he's like, that's what it smells like around me all the time. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's Neil. We could talk about Liz and her weird. This is almost like a Lorelei blazer, but look at the frayed edges, Demi. What does that remind you of?
Now, this fray, no, I don't remember all the things I said. It reminds me of the Grey's Anatomy soundtrack, because I could do without all the fray.
Now, she might be one of Walter Frey's daughters. That's a Game of Thrones reference, everybody. That was when the Red Wedding happened. Walter Frey.
Let's cut to, this is Logan in bed with that beautiful beard. Just kidding. Oh,
Boo.
man.
He looks like all of the characters from the OC just got melded into one person.
It's like their love child of it.
Yeah, he's Ryan Atwood.
Paris and Doyle in this scene, by the way, guys.
Love.
The sweetest.
So great.
The sweetest. Something about seeing in TV shows and movies when couples take care of people together, that's a very moving thing. I don't know. Having been on
They also have what I believe to be the best relationship in the Gilmore universe.
Yes.
Probably
Yeah,
concurred.
you agree? Yeah.
Probably concurred.
They have, I believe, the most interesting, thoughtful, positive, adult relationship in the whole thing.
Yeah. I think we'll find no detractors to that.
Plus, come on, Paris, great in bed, right?
Oh, I mean, Krav Maga probably comes in handy.
Paris breaks every bed she's ever had sex in.
Yes.
Audience was like,
like Jessica Jones?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and Danny Strong is like, I'm gonna create empire.
Also, she sounds the same as Jessica Jones.
And they do have scenes together in season 7.
Great. Perfect.
Kristen Ritter and and Liza Weil. So we have that to look forward to, I guess.
I love the polka dots.
Wait, has Kristen Ritter shown up in this
She's
yet?
only in season 7.
No,
then I have seen part of season 7.
Oh, so you lied.
I did lie. Because I've seen Kristen Ritter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you jumped off the boat after that. You were just in it
But
for
I don't
Ritter.
think I don't think I saw much of it.
Jason's a real Ritter and quitter guy.
Yep.
This is Emily outside
Love.
of Jay-Z's looking fierce as F. As F, AF. Guys, how do I say it?
No, as F would also
Fierce
work.
AF, right?
Fierce AF, yeah.
I had to look that up once. Somebody had written it on something, and I was like, I wonder what is that?
Fierce AF.
Yeah.
Looking flawless as ever.
Gorgeous.
No.
Emily Gilmore, foxy.
She almost has like a Katharine Hepburn vibe, right?
This
here, right?
entire subplot.
Katharine Hepburn's family is in the audience tonight.
Please welcome the Hepburns.
Her glasses, when she's not wearing the hat, look like something out of a Far Side comic, like a grandmother would wear.
Oh, I see it.
But also, this entire subplot is her at her Lucille Bluethist. Like, from the moment
That's
she is
true.
just splayed out on the couch.
That's true.
How much can a banana be? $10?
She even has a banana in the car. She's like, leave the doors locked. I have a banana in there. What does that even mean?
There's a weird thing with bananas
in this season.
Yeah.
I think
very interesting. There's a few this is true. There's a few weird banana jokes.
Do you
in
think
the last
they're
few episodes.
overt references to Arrested
I
Development?
don't think so.
I posited that they might be on the last episode. I don't think they are.
I mean, it's the same time period. They are, right?
Arrested Development
Season 1 is happening.
No, it got canceled in
3.
February of this year, and this
then
episode
maybe
airs
not.
in May.
Okay.
It's weird when this show does bump up against present culture because we do think of it as so removed from like 2016. But in this episode, there's Scarlett Johansson reference, Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Beyonce, not like Destiny's Child.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, she's already Beyonce at this point, which is crazy.
In love, as we said.
Well, I don't know. Listen to Lemonade.
I don't know.
She's got some problems with her man.
What a mystery. What an interesting... I mean, as a white man, I really have an insightful take on Beyonce's Lemonade that I can't wait to share with all of you on the internet in a series of think pieces.
You're listening to episode 1 of Lemonade Bros.
Lemon lads.
Lemonheads. Any other fashion notes before we wrap up the report? We could talk about Kirk. I mean, I think I've resigned myself. This is Kirk in the diner. Kirk kind of just dresses like a little boy in the 50s.
He looks like a character from Bottle Rocket.
Is this the episode? Is this the episode where Lorelai confronts Sherilyn Fenn?
That was the previous episode.
Yeah. Okay, disregard.
Okay. What was your note on that?
I thought it was interesting. I thought they dressed Sherilyn Fenn eerily like Lorelai, which I thought was interesting and smart.
She might have even been wearing a dress that Lorelai has worn before.
Surely,
that would be awesome.
Very, very funny. Especially when they kiss. Any other fashion notes?
I don't think so.
I don't remember,
We can wrap it up, boys.
Fashion.
That was like a radio station ID at the end.
Fashion 92.1.
It's a new sound drop. The end of this episode is one of my favorite endings of all time on this show. Of the whole series. So this plot started back in 617. Emily and Richard are kind of snooping around Stars Hollow, looking for real estate, looking for property. Lorelai assumes it's for themselves. And then the final errand in this episode that Emily runs with Lorelai is to the real estate agency in Stars Hollow, near Stars Hollow. And the following revelation comes out.
Well, what do you think?
Mom, please, tell me what is going on.
I will tell you what's going on as soon as you tell me honestly what you think of this house.
I think it's fine.
Fine?
Mom, it doesn't look like your type of house at all.
I did not ask if you thought it was my type of house. I asked what you thought of the house.
Well, I think it's a beautiful house.
So do I.
You already have a beautiful house, Mom.
Oh, I know. This house is not for me. It's for you.
Me?
You and Luke. Now, before you get your nose out of joint and accuse me of interfering, hear me out. I think your house is very nice. I know you've put a lot of work into it. But Lorelai, it's too small for the two of you, especially when you have children. If you have children, I mean. A man needs his own space and room, and Luke does not have that at your house. Also, I know you've always wanted horses, so I thought something with a little bit of property might be nice. Now, I know it's not actually in Stars Hollow, but it's right on the border. It's only an extra 10 minutes to the inn and an extra 5 minutes to the diner. Plus, I did a little nosing around, and I heard that if you grease the palm of the Stars Hollow zoning commissioner, a man named Taylor Dozy, you can get him to change property lines so we can give you a Stars Hollow address if it's really important to you.
You want to buy us a house?
Well, I know you're not going to let me give you a wedding, so I thought a house would do.
All that running around Stars Hollow, you and Dad were looking for a house for me?
Well, of course. You didn't think we wanted to live there, did you? Small town charm is good for a weekend, Lorelai, but I have no interest in having a next-door neighbor walk in with a pie wanting to chat. I would kill myself and my neighbors. Now, I'm sure Luke will need some convincing. He doesn't look like the kind of man who willingly takes extravagant gifts from people, so I've concocted a few good lies we can tell him. It's for his own good, and once the two of you are in the house...
It's not gonna happen.
What? Well, of course it will. If we have to pay more than the asking price, your father and I are totally prepared.
Luke and I... The wedding... It's not gonna happen.
What?
Oh, come on. Oh, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Oh, boy. Give me a second. All right, we're good. I'm using a different moisturizer.
Suddenly, Emily can see her way to Lorelai's side.
Wait
Does
a
anybody
minute.
else think Emily can see the whole day?
No. It's not that
'Cause she's like-
complicated a game.
Boom.
Speaking of her site, why didn't she reschedule her visual presentation for a day when she could see?
Yeah, it's these huge photos, posters of the house.
It's like, what do you think? It's like, we're outside still.
And for those of you on stage or off who believe that Emily Gilmore is not capable of gross manipulation, she in this scene says she's thought of a number of lies that they can tell Luke so that what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him vis-a-vis being given a home by the Gilmore parents. That's manipulation right there.
We don't think she can't be manipulative. We think this isn't
In
an
this
example.
instance.
If she's being manipulative, this scene is ruined. This scene isn't sweet. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
If she's manipulating her and still being like, what? I'm so sorry. It's like she's turning around and going like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get Christopher. That's terrible.
Also, I believe there's a lot of interesting things about this scene, but I think that's as much physical contact as Emily and Lorelai have in the whole show.
She should have had her fingertips burned off. Just like, is that what you feel like?
It's like Voldemort and Harry?
Ooh,
yes.
I think Taylor Dozy is Littlefinger.
I don't even know who that is.
Who's Sansa?
Who's Sansa? Lane?
Oh, I thought you were still talking about.
But this scene is amazing. I feel.
Yeah.
And
I cried at the end of this, for sure.
I cried right now. Not to one up you. I'm gonna continue to cry for the next 2 hours.
Please
I
do.
never stopped crying.
Jason's crying sound is terrifying. But it really is a thing. Again, can't assume intention from the Paladinos, but they're like, we're out of here. And Lorelai, penultimate episode, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna get married. Almost like telling the viewers of this show. And what's been true up until this point, if we get a wedding or not in the new episodes, it's like, yeah, it didn't happen. It's not gonna happen. And just like, it's almost like such a punk rock move to build up this relationship for so long to kind of explode it at the end.
You know what I think is I don't think this is the Paladinos exploding the show. I think this is them setting it up it's them going like, look, you know exactly what the drama is for the 7th season. All you have to do is end it with a wedding. That is literally all you have to do to fix. It's so clear. What's the problem? There's no wedding. There's no wedding. There's no wedding. All you have to do the 7th season right is have a wedding. And they were just like, no. So I think this is the Paladinos not trying to blow up the show, trying to be like, look, if we can't finish the show, then I think you guys know how to do it right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think they were exploiting the show. I think it's just this particular story.
Do we know if at this point they knew they weren't coming back?
Yeah. They did as of airing it, and I think making it they didn't know at this point. Actually making the show, they didn't know. But when this episode aired, everyone knew Rosenthal was taking over.
I bet they knew when they were making it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it wasn't out there and it wasn't confirmed, but they probably
I just am wondering if they knew at the time that they were writing and shooting their final episodes.
Yeah. It feels like it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the last Paris scene. Bye-bye, Paris. From the Paladinos, because there's not another one in the next episode. We're going to get more. We're going to get more in the new episode.
Not in this season.
By the way, she's in Bunheads.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's a big part of Bunheads.
I was going to say, she's in for one scene, right?
No, she's in it for multiple episodes.
Because the only part I've seen of Bunheads involves her.
Her character is a crucial part of Jason's fanfic crossover.
Well, I read that. I know
Bun
about
Girls? Bun Girl Girls? Bun Girl Buns?
Yeah, Bun Girl Buns with a Z.
Bun Girl Buns, that was what it was.
Doesn't that bit seem like a day ago that we did that?
We've been here so long.
Someone's brushing their teeth in the audience.
I love the ending too.
Getting ready for bed. Everybody here is in their nightgowns now.
Yeah, this is a sleepover podcast.
Yeah. Oh, what if we all slept over? Wouldn't that be fun?
Lock the doors.
Yeah. It's like a church-style lock-in.
That'd be so fun. With
where we
Uncle
talk about
Jason.
Gilmore Girls more, but then in the corners, people finger each other.
Yeah.
At this amount of people, that's just like a FEMA gymnasium holdup.
Oh man, Make sure you call your parents, or some of them might get mad and yell at us for letting Jason watch you. How am I supposed to explain that? How am I supposed to tell them Jason Mantzoukas was watching my kids?
Well, I didn't know. I wouldn't have let you go if I knew Jason Mantzoukas was going to be there. You let a 43-year-old man?
I don't care what Robert's parents let him do. You can't see Jason Mantzoukas.
He is not an appropriate chaperone.
He calls guitar holes guitar pussies.
That is a true fact. That is Nick Cannon of the show. The actual ending of this episode, Lorelai goes to Suki and Jackson's. Should I just play it? Would that be fun? Just play it. It's super short and super concise.
Hey.
Honey, what are you doing here?
Can I come in?
Of course.
Come on in. Can we get you something?
No thanks. Just need to hang out for a while.
Sit, honey.
Yeah, sit.
Thanks.
They're high.
What's that smell?
68 pounds of marijuana.
Uncle Jason, no. They weren't farting in that scene. This is what the podcast has become.
Just playing quiet Gilmore Girls scenes and just letting me do fart sounds underneath. Can I come in?
I hear a lot about that Gilmore Girls podcast. I'm going to check it out. I'll start with the Jason episode.
You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to issue, for all the new episodes, downloadable fart tracks.
Yes.
So you can sync it up to the show, and it'll just be like people walking across and be like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Guys, we have to dig up Dean's corpse. Everybody will have different fart sounds.
Oh, because a Taylor fart is very different.
Taylor fart is like a...
That's a Taylor fart.
It sounds like someone got mud in their boots.
Yep.
I mean, he did.
He does. He said it's mud in his pants.
There is a version of...
I'm talking about wet fart city. Guys.
That's where he's the mayor.
He just is wetting the cheeks a little. It's okay.
Stars haul out to Michael Winters. We love you, wherever you are tonight.
There's just anecdotally, there's a version of Spider-Man that exists where it's that. It's just like every time he shoots a web, it's a fart noise, and it keeps getting louder as the movie goes on. I swear to God.
I believe it.
I will say, it's the one joke, even getting older, it's still funny.
Farts?
It's still funny.
Farts are
It's the great
always
equalizer.
funny.
And I hope the Paladinos, figure that out for these new episodes.
Yeah.
Stop screwing up the show by not having fart jokes.
Yeah, come on, Paladinos. Who beefed?
Who beefed?
That's what Suki does in the new episode. She's just like, I'm back.
It's a
But
fart
it's long.
cameo.
It's real long. It's like, she's like, I'm back.
Oh, man.
Jackson.
Man, talk about the heat. Should we go to... I think we should. I think we should go back in the time machine.
Wipeout.
That's what your time machine does?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's Dig Dale.
Yeah.
Television Without Pity, TWAP for short. We're going to look at posts from people who watched the episode at the time that it aired, back in 2006, see what they thought of it for 10 years.
Yeah.
This is a 10-year-old episode, still relevant. With a little...
Can I ask a question before we do this? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Of the audience, obviously.
Sure.
Show of hands, or let's do applause. Let's stick with applause. How many of you watched this show when it aired? Okay. Okay, great. And how many of you watch it now because of Netflix?
I got one.
Wow.
How many of you have never seen an episode?
A bunch of dudes.
Welcome.
Yeah, bro. I'm here because I'm getting points with my lady. Yes.
There's a...
Yes. He's gonna get a blowjob. Because we came to this, I'm going to give him a blowjob.
Oh, boy. The points don't
Seriously,
matter.
how many of you are blowing your husband or boyfriend tonight?
All right.
Turn the lights on! Lights on!
The lights on. Hands up.
And how many of you would like to?
Should we release a Tinder app just for Gilmore Guys listeners?
Ooh, that would be a great way to fall in love. It's just
a hand job?
It's just Gilmore Girls references
Yeah.
as your profile.
Yeah. Or with my poodles already. I mean, there's one for Disney. There's like a Disney dating website.
Oh, that's
true.
not cool. No.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
That
true
is, are you
thing.
sure that's not just like a pedophile website?
I haven't been on, so I'm not sure. But, anyway, television without pity. For a little segment we call...
Twop, 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 twop.
It's me, have you?
Twop, 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 twop.
It's me, do me.
Twop, 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 twop.
It's me, better.
Twop, twop. I'm sorry, I'll stop. That's the last one.
When you walk
That was good. That was like if you watched a movie and the blooper reel was in the middle of it instead of in the credits. That was super fun.
Which you want from a movie.
Or at least like a mid blooper and then an end blooper.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what? Start with bloopers too.
Make the whole movie bloopers.
Yeah. One long blooper.
Would have been better than Batman, huh? Am I right? Where my bat heads at? Okay, let's do this.
Eric 54 says, I hate Luke and the new writers of this show. Luke giving advice is too stupid to know what's going on in his own life. It does strain credulity. If you want to marry someone, why would you want to wait? It's just like George from Seinfeld. But this show is not supposed to be like Seinfeld.
The way you read that was like, it's like Seinfeld. But this show is not supposed to be Seinfeld.
It's like someone slowly piecing it together.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But then...
Two different shows. Sometimes similar.
I'd like to check in with Eric now and see if he's married or not.
I mean, he might have been 54 at the time.
Is there a Mrs. 54?
When I'm 54. Okay, Chow Bella says, I just can't get over how totally and completely Amy destroyed Luke and Lorelai. Bush was looking for the WMDs. Hey, buddy, Amy had them the whole time, and she just used them.
Hey-oh.
My favorite weapons of mass destruction joke I've ever heard. At least in the last 10 years.
Well, there's a weapons of mass destruction joke in the next episode.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
FYI, get ready for it, guys.
Yeah, hold on to your butt. Addie.
Hold on to your butt?
Yeah, hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your
Why?
butts.
Just regardless.
Because your butt's
get
gonna
ready.
get blown off?
Yeah, by that
Like,
cool...
hold on to your butt.
Yeah, like Sammy J in Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I accept your apology. Addie.
When you're sitting, it's hard to hold one's own butt.
You're supposed to stand and then hold on to your butt.
It was very hard. I shifted the weight and it hurt.
Yeah, right?
It hurt a lot. You're right. I'm sorry. Addie says, wow, Paladinos. Can I take that gun from you before you assassinate any more characters? Oh, wait, too late. Thanks for making Luke and Lorelai unrecognizable to the point where people are actually hating them now. Congratulations. You took a wonderful love story and destroyed it for no reason other than you ran out of ideas. Way to kill your own baby. What do they call that? Infanticide? You must be so proud. Thank God you're leaving and not a moment too soon. I can only pray David Rosenthal can fix the mess you left behind.
Sincerely, Kevin Porter.
I would love to see a series like a Publishers Clearinghouse series where Amy goes to these people's houses and is like, what did you think of the 7th season? Tell me to my face.
Wow, I guess I didn't realize that there was that much backlash against this.
People hate season 6 in particular, too.
Oh, wow.
That is insane. I don't understand why you don't want drama between your favorite characters, because then them fixing it is more good shit you get to see. We don't get 422 where they kiss if they aren't like weird with each other before it.
Yeah, but I guess with April, it's a lot. I mean, we can get into it.
It's just weird because they're like, it's crazy that Luke is giving advice. It's like, that's the point.
Ooh, has anybody thought about this? April's last name, Nardini. Voldemort's snake's name, Nagini. 1 letter difference. Or 2 letters. 2 letters.
Close enough. Close enough.
Does that make April a snake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Luke does not speak parcel tongue.
This podcast was leading to the moment where Jason Mantzoukas said, and Luke does not speak parcel tongue.
Yep.
That made the whole last 168 episodes worth it.
All worth it.
Let's do some Twitter Q&A real quick.
Twitter Q&A.
Hannah Johnson says, if you had to have a building named after you, what kind of building would it be? This is, of course, referring to Emily and Richard are going to name a building after Rory Gilmore on the Yale campus.
The health center?
Just the Jason Mantzoukas Health Center?
Yeah.
I feel like yours would be like a gynecology center.
That's what the health center is.
Okay. Mine would be the chapel. What would yours be, Demi?
I'd like to, realistic. I would go you know what? I would love to have a cool store where they sell all sorts of electronics, but it's dispensary.
The Demi
An
dispensary?
on-campus dispensary?
He didn't say on campus.
Just a building.
But this is a cool campus.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, very cool campus.
Electro Lemon sounds like a strain of weed anyway.
Electro Lemon.
It'd be real easy.
Ashley says, if you were blind for a day due to eye surgery, who would you call to help you with errands, and what would you have them
I thought
do?
you said if you were black for a day. I was like, different show.
If you were black for a day.
Just a day? Well, I guess. No. Speaking of the blind subplot, that's such a sitcom thing of
Right.
It even happens in this season of Kimmy Schmidt.
It's
The
also
blind
that
stuff.
interesting thing of people being like, you've heard of LASIK surgery, right?
Yeah.
And now we'll explain what it is because some of the people watching will
there's
not
some
have heard of it.
exposition,
You know, that made me laugh. Remember when people were like, this is a new thing?
Yeah.
I would call Queen Latifah in Taxi.
Wait,
That
are
would
we
make you
calling
Jimmy Fallon?
We're calling fictional characters?
It's a fictional situation.
Yeah, it's a fictional
I don't have any real friends to help me.
Oh, Timmy's so
I'm kidding. I'm very popular. I'm double kidding. Who are you gonna call?
Melissa McCarthy. Zaina.
Ghostbusters coming out this summer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how good it is.
No, it's definitely coming out this summer.
We'll see about that.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Where did you get that mustache and why are you twirling it?
I like blocking release dates for blockbusters.
Where are you going? Hey, where are you going, front row?
Number 1.
Yeah, don't look back. Yeah, that's right. You scurry on out of here. You scurry on out of here. If you're gonna sit in the front row, come on. Wear a diaper.
We did, this is for real, we did get a tweet before the show started that said, we're so excited to come to the show, but we have to leave early. Don't make fun of us. So
Those
whoever that
people,
is,
once the Allison thing started, those people were like, let's get out of here
we
now.
gotta go now.
The minute they play a clip, we're out of here. When their backs are turned.
And Zana finally says, what's Demi's prediction for the season 6 finale?
I know the Friday night dinner blow-up thing happens, so I'm gonna say she shows up to Friday night dinner and things go crazy there. Maybe Rory's not so mean to Christopher and they have a private talk and it's like, I don't trust him, I don't want him here. It's like, you need to help me get rid of him, and they try to get rid of him with shenanigans and it doesn't go well. I think Logan, I know he goes off to London. This is kind of hard because I feel like things have been sort of sprayed out for me to be like, that's definitely Luke is, I think they're gonna officially call off the wedding. I think that they will officially be like, we're not getting married, to each other in the finale, which is something that the 7th season is supposed to fix. Paris buys a boat. I don't know.
Paris isn't, can we, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Is it on?
Is there a switch on that?
I believe so. Oh, I think it's on now. 2, okay. That's how I test mics, just the number 2.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It
It's
was
from my
beautiful.
musical about numbers.
I cannot wait to be an audience member for that musical.
707 is another number.
2 plus 2 is good as me and you. There's a lot. Numbers the musical is a free idea, guys. Paris is not in the finale, so
What's this dance
goodbye,
about?
Paris.
Gives her free reign to buy that
I'm
boat.
about to go into the crowd for some.
So you were like, oh, I just want to give him a full view of my dick before I go.
Show it off.
"Ooh," before I jump into that audience.
Get those jewels popping.
So wait, it's time for audience Q&A.
Yeah.
There we go.
Boom.
Get those buns out.
So we have a few, caveats for audience Q&A. We'll try to keep it quick. Number one, don't be a weirdo. Don't try to convince us that you like Boyfriend X. And yeah, we'll start. We'll try to keep it short and sweet because we're running low on time. So we'll do your name, your rating for the episode, and your question. If anyone has any questions, your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and I'll give it 9 out of 10 Iron Thrones welded by Gypsy. And my question
Gypsy!
Yeah, right? So my question is, why on earth does Bill know about the Mitch Huntsberger drama? Like, why would Rory tell him that? Are they suddenly better friends than we thought?
Oh yeah, this is Bobo Barton Fink at the newspaper. Bill is deeply...
I call him White Urkel.
Oh yeah, White Urkel is true.
Oh, is this young Joey Slotnick?
Yeah, we all got names for him.
Yeah, why is he so invested? Which I guess is like Rory goes on break and she's like, and then he said this, but she keeps telling the story over and over again,
I
like every
absolutely
day.
believe she hangs by the water cooler just like, this Mitchum guy, everyone thinks he's so great, let me tell you what he did to me. And everyone's like, I don't care, Rory.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name is Camden. I give it 8 out of 10 bananas, and I'm wondering why they didn't conclude the weed storyline. We don't know where it went.
It's still in their house.
Oh yeah, and you don't.
They got rid of it somewhere.
The last line they wrote for this episode is 68 pounds of marijuana. A great way to go out.
What if those were the final 4 words?
Yes, they are.
68 pounds of
The final
marijuana.
4 words are 67 pounds of marijuana. And they're just smiling.
That'd be terrific. I mean, that's one of those beautiful mysteries.
Well, yeah, where do you think it went? Because it's probably not in the
I
rest
feel
of
like
the
they
season.
brought it to like the dump or something like that.
Yeah.
Set it on fire. The whole town
Yeah,
gets
like
high.
the Stars Hollow incinerator.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Hi, my name is Miranda. Rating is 7 out
Oh, you're a total Miranda.
of 7 out of 10 audience members missing Game of Thrones to be here. And my question is, since you're on such a roll, who is the Dumbledore of Stars Hollow?
Oh, the Dumbledore.
Miss Petty!
Wait, no, truthfully.
Guys, I think Patty's the McGonagall.
No, I think truthfully it's got to be Richard, right?
Richard Gilmore?
Unfortunately,
Richard-
it tracks very
Only
closely.
in age. Like, everything else Richard does is of no help to
Richard
anybody.
Gilmore is too clueless. He's like
Yeah.
Ron Weasley's dad.
Richard is Weasley.
But he's a nice old man.
You know what?
He's a
Controversial
nice old
statement.
man.
You guys can boo me for this. It might be Christopher.
Yeah,
I allow you to do this.
Christopher is Dumbledore?
I think Christopher's the Dumbledore.
No.
All right. All right.
No way.
I love your booze.
Christopher-
I feed on it.
Christopher is maybe Lupin. Maybe.
Lupin.
No.
Oh, and Max Medina's that guy with the tumor on his head in the first book.
Max Medina is Dudley's father, whatever his name is.
Is this a fun game for everyone? Because I'm having a blast.
Yeah, the crossover is just one circle.
Yeah.
There's no Venn diagram.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Brandy, I give it 9 out of 10 meatballs. And going
On pizza?
there- Yes, and Pop-Tarts.
Don't make Demi have another meltdown in front of everybody.
So following along with the Harry Potter theme, if you were the sorting hat, where would you sort all of the boyfriends?
All of them are Slytherin. Every
No,
single one
what?
of those motherfuckers is Slytherin.
Okay, that is
Marty
not
is
true.
Hufflepuff.
Dean is a fucking Hufflepuff.
What? You guys are giving Dean so
Dean
much
is
credit.
all Hufflepuff.
You guys
If
are giving
Dean
Dean-
puts the hat on, the hat's like, Hufflepuff, get out of here.
You're giving Dean so much
And
credit.
Jess is Gryffindor.
No, he is not. Jess is like
Logan is totally Slytherin.
Can you be resorted later in the
yes,
series?
Jess starts out Slytherin, and they're like, "Hey, maybe try Gryffindor."
No way.
Because Dean starts Gryffindor and then turns Slytherin.
Honestly, the idea that
Wait,
Dean is even
is somebody saying he's in Ravenclaw? Get the fuck out.
No one in this show.
Hey,
is a
Ravenclaw, get the fuck out.
Paris is the only Ravenclaw.
The most irrelevant house. Nobody's in Ravenclaw.
Putting Dean in Hufflepuff.
Kirk is in Ravenclaw.
Putting Dean in Hufflepuff gives him so much credit as being like a benevolent goofball. He's just an idiot.
There are so many people listening to the podcast who aren't Harry Potter fans who are like, this is the worst.
I honestly barely know what I'm talking about. I'm staying afloat.
Hey, for the other side of the aisle, which Bible characters would they all be? No.
Oh, okay. First off, Goliath, gotta be Kirk. No.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name's Jessica Frey. I rated 8 out of 10 diplomas on the journal's wall, and I wanted to know what food makes you guys fight. Cause like spaghetti made the.
What food makes us fight?
What's the best fight food?
I mean, you know, mine is already meatballs on pizza.
That just makes you fight with yourself, though.
Yes.
Your own head.
I go to sleep at night and wake up and just yelling, meatballs.
That's a thinker. I don't know.
No food makes me fight.
Come on, man.
Jason's a very peaceful man.
I'm a very peaceful eater.
You never seen like a tomato and being like, ooh, I'm gonna
ooh, that tomato's looking at me.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name's Jason. I give it.
Yeah. Where are you?
Up here. Up here to your
upstairs?
right.
What are we confining Jason's to the balcony?
Yeah.
Fucking get down here in the front row, bro. There's a seat right here. Jason, bring it on down, bro. Jason's rule.
Jason's like, I brought 10 people, I can't leave.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Check his license.
Yeah, can I see your license real quick?
Check his license.
You want to see if he's a fake Jason?
I think it's a fake Jason.
Do you want to know his birthday, too?
Nope. I just want to know his name is Jason or not.
Jason. Yep, it's Jason.
All right,
it's
good.
First name, too. It's not a middle name.
All right, I'm a big fan of yours, bro.
Okay,
but watch
your
yourself,
question.
Jason.
Jason's for life. So with Logan, his facial hair kind of looks like Theon Greyjoy. Do you think he goes all Reek in season 8?
Reek in season 8.
That would be great if they cut Logan's dick off.
As you posited earlier on this
Boltons?
podcast.
Who are the Boltons of the Gilmore world?
Maybe that's who the Danes are.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm literally just choosing characters. I don't know shit.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. He does have a Theon Greyjoy. I love that we are now in a spiral of this show, Game of Thrones, and Harry Potter.
Let's do a...
Guys, but let's all break it down. What district would all the families be in?
All right, we don't have time, Jason.
Let's add
we do not
another
have time.
layer.
Okay, your name.
Gilmore's District 12.
Jason, we can't.
Michelle is District 9.
I mean, Jess is Gale 100%. And Dean is Peter.
Yeah,
that actually does track. That was insane.
We're giving a lot of credit to say that Rory is Katniss.
That's true. That was a Jason Mantzoukas quote. She's a Bella that turns into a Katniss.
What was the question again?
Oh, well, we're about to do it. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Hi, I'm Christina. I give this episode 6 out of 10 Jay-Z Bulletproof Windows. And I would actually like for you guys to pitch the Rabbi Priest spin-off show.
Ooh, not so much a question as a request.
You want them to have their own show? It's like a rabbi and a priest walk into a gazebo.
Is that the whole title?
That's the title, and it's all just jokes. It's all just off-color jokes.
Rabbi and priest living together. When they're together, the fun never ends. One is here and one's at home, but they both use the same temple to pray. It's Rabbi and priest, Rabbi and priest.
Religion is a lie.
Real weird part of the theme song.
We'll do one more. We'll do one more cue.
Oh, there's like a couple.
I mean, we could be
This
here all
girl
night.
really wants it bad because she's been looking at her phone the whole time.
All right, your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
I'm Annie, and my rating for the episode is 7 out of 10 Taylor farts. With all the Game of Thrones discussion, especially with you having referred, Jason, to Mitchum and the Huntsburgers as being Lannisters, would you still consider his actions and his intent to be inherently Lannister?
Logan himself? Yeah, in that same way that I feel like Jamie begins as a villain who pushes Bram out the window, seemingly to his death because he discovered that he was stone cold blasting his sister. And then
It's a great show.
But then through all of the period where he's with Brienne from Tarth, et cetera, you humanize Jamie, but he is still a Lannister. Now, what happens now that Marcella has died in his arms once they have revealed to each other that they know that they are father and daughter, only to then have her die at the hand of the Red Viper's mistress? What's her name? What? You guys, come on.
Martha?
He's still a Lannister, and Logan is still a Huntsberger. They're the villains of the story.
Are we narrowing the audience for this podcast severely?
You know what I also just realized? When we meet Honor, Rory thinks they're having sex. So that's another Lannister thing.
Oh!
Lannisters!
Well, let's not chant Lannisters like we love them.
Yeah, no. We don't love them.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name's Emily. I give it 7 out of 10 missile silo cars. And my question is, if Suki and Jackson had burned all the weed, what would be the weirdest thing that would happen in Stars Hollow?
Orgy? I don't know.
Town meeting turns into orgy.
Yeah.
Town meeting where everyone makes a single file line to go and rub Patty's coat. Just to be like, it does feel weird, right? It's not just me.
You feeling this, brother? Yeah.
I would love that.
It's the secrets
I would
of
love
the
an
universe.
episode of Gilmore Girls that everybody is like dosed with something.
Yeah.
Try a plum, you'll trip dicks.
I do love the idea of the troubadour playing and everyone in town just being like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
They start like a bonfire circle.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. We're gonna do one more. I keep saying one more. Okay,
There's
your
only
name,
like 3 hands up. Speed round it.
your name, you're ready for the episode, and your question.
My name is Mary. I give it 7 out of 10 retractions. And I don't have a question, I have a comment. April and Lardini's happened in real life. That actually happened to my ex-boyfriend. He found out after 35 years that he had a son. A guy came knocking at his door and said, "Hey, who are you? Are you Mike Schmucker?"
Is this show about you?
No, I just want to say that.
Is that
April
why you
and
broke up? Because he ruined
No,
it?
no. No, it happened about a month after we broke up, but
But a 35-year-old showed up?
Yeah, 35-year-old showed up, said, "Hey, are you Mike?" And he says, "Yeah, who are you?" He says, "I'm your son." I'm like, "What?"
So not so far-fetched, I guess, is the moral of the
And
story.
then, as a result, oh no, it happened after you guys broke up. Because I was going to say, then you would be the Lorelai, that the relationship dissolved because of the return of this son. Maybe.
Okay, I keep saying it. This is one more.
Oh, let's do 10 more.
You should date the son.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name is Travis. I give this episode 7 out of 10 guitar pussies. What?
You're trying too hard, Travis.
I know.
Only we can say that.
Travis, be cool, bro.
That's his word.
Be cool.
Okay.
This is a room full of people who will turn on you.
They will.
Real quick.
Travis, everyone's got brass knuckles. taped
Allison
to
will
their
straight up
seats.
stab you.
Are we writing a fanfic with the audience members of this show now?
We're writing the Warriors reboot with the audience members.
Okay, and your question.
All right, please explain to me the reference that Jackson makes about Harrison Ford's backyard.
dude
I did
loves
not get
weed.
it.
Really?
I did
Really
not
loves
get it.
weed.
Harrison Ford, huge stoner.
Has not been sober in maybe whenever
stoner.
Star Wars 1 was filmed.
Prolific stoner.
Yeah. Dude
But
loves the
I was
pot.
surprised that they made that joke 10 years ago. I just thought that was very interesting. Oh, are you guys going to do Girls Guys next?
No.
Girls, guys.
Girls Guys.
There'd be too much depressing stuff to slog through, I feel like.
Would love to talk about the ass-eating scene, though.
The what?
Let's do it.
only
Here we
gonna
are,
talk about
episode
that
1.
scene in
No,
the-
we don't need to talk
Episode
about
1
that.
of Girls Guys.
Sorry, we have actual stuff planned still, I feel like.
We got actual stuff.
What? We have hours, don't we?
mean,
No, what time is it?
Are they
this is
kicking
the-
us out of here?
this is the first time the 3 of us have done a show not at UCB where we only have like 90 minutes at most, and we have abused that power, as you can see.
Dude, let's go Bruce hours. Everyone will be here until 2 a.m.
Bruce hours?
Greatest hits.
Yeah, I love it.
That's all I had to do to convince him. Bruce. Bruce would do it.
But be like Bruce. I love him.
Okay, Lenny.
Tell me about the rabbits. Any stray observations before we rate the episode? From the people on stage, not in the crowd.
Emily says, I haven't been strafed in years when getting into the car. Was Emily in a gunfight?
Yeah.
Here's what I think happened. I think she killed Tupac. I think she was involved directly, like passenger seat close, in the death of Tupac.
So you think she's representing East Side?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Eat lead, Machiavelli.
I liked the joke, and it was in one of the clips you played too. I liked the joke where she said, I think he had a gun in his pocket, and Lorelai says, or maybe he was just happy to see you because Emily Gilmore gives dudes boners.
There was that one Randy European man.
What's that?
Randy European guy that happened when they went to Europe.
Oh yeah, ooh la la. She still got it, and she still looks great, guys. They all do. They all look great. Why was that met with such deafening silence?
I have no idea.
It wasn't sexual. It was just a compliment.
No, please tell us more about how you want to blast Emily Gilmore. She looks great.
I
want
don't
to peel
wanna
one of
blast
those,
Emily.
peel that wool pantsuit off her.
All right.
Why do people in the show keep buying surprise houses for Lorelai?
I know they want her out of her home.
They really
is what it feels
you're-
like.
I feel like it's a Kirk situation where it's like we need to get her out of her home so we can remove the it's an Indian burial ground and they need to remove the person buried. Yeah.
Ben. No, I didn't have any fun observations. Yeah. Should we
Penguin
rate the
movie rules.
What's that?
The Penguin movie rules.
It
I'm just
does.
scrolling through my notes.
I just like them as a couple. That's the best couple to me.
Flawless. If they're not, they're the only people that if they weren't together in a revival, I would legit be like, come on. Because everyone else, I could see them in disarray or drifting or whatever, but if Doyle and Paris aren't together, there's no hope for any
Do we
of
know
us.
is Danny Strong coming back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
He and Liza are both in it.
And don't worry, Jason, the Life and Death Brigade is coming back too.
God damn it. I was like, I'd forgotten about that entirely and was furious. Immediately furious.
I like to believe that all the characters we hate that she's bringing back are being brought back as sort of like an apology. Like, they're just going to be the most upright, like, hi, I'm Finn. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Okay, goodbye.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. That'd
be great.
But I love that, and I do like that scene. It's not in this. Is it the one prior where, it's the one where she and Mitchell in the elevator get into the argument?
Oh, that's the next step.
Oh.
Yeah.
Elevator argument.
J.K. Rowling.
Is it like
Harry
a salon
Potter.
situation?
What? Is that not the most relevant time I've ever said J.K. Rowling on
it's
this
perfect.
show?
It's perfection.
Should we rate the episode?
Let's do it.
Where are you going? You're leaving again? She's like, I asked my Lannister question, and I am mic drop out of here.
I like this episode. You all paid for this. You all paid for this.
I give the episode an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 Ashley Simpson haircuts. I was panicked, guys. I'm so sorry. 8 out of 10 Ashley Simpson haircuts because I think it's a very good episode. It has some low points. The meatballs thing, I honestly was like, this is nothing. So
what? That was great.
I didn't like it.
That was their last dinner together.
And they wasted it on a series of gags that, I mean, like, I do think that, I don't know if it was on purpose, but I do like the parallel of like, oh, we're giving Rory's building with her name on it, and we're giving Lorelai a building in her name. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it does seem like a truce move, not like a manipulation on either of their parts.
Yeah.
It's a great episode. That scene with Emily and Lorelai is so wonderful.
Top 10.
Yep. Yeah.
Top 10.
It's a great scene.
I don't know how many scenes there have been. Like, I feel like every time they have a scene together, it ends really well. So I just, yeah.
I think every time they have a scene together, I say top 10. I'm
just like, how big is my top 10 right now?
It's about 20 long. Jason.
I'll give it 8 out of 10 dead penguin babies.
Oh, that's true. The penguin does die in the movie, and they talk about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sadder than when he
Yeah, think about that. Think about that tonight.
While you're watching Game of Thrones.
While you're watching Game of Thrones and fingering each other.
Simultaneously?
Simultaneously, yeah.
It's possible.
How do you watch Game of Thrones?
You're the weird one now. Oh boy, yeah. Solid episode, really, really good. And I liked his penultimate, and really the last scene, that scene with Emily and Lorelai, it was a 7, and that puts that at an 8 out of 10 bags of weed for me.
Nice. I love that scene, and I think it's great. And the next episode is, I'm jealous. I wish I was coming back to talk about the last episode, because it's terrific.
Well, you can call in. You can be like our call-in
I'll
guest.
call in.
Jason, thank you so much for joining us for the show
Thank you for having
tonight.
me.
What a perfect guest. Now it's time for a segment that Jason cannot participate in called Where You Tweet, I Will Follow, where we plug our social media. But
sure.
I've heard, there's rumor that you are not, like you don't, that's not, you, it's not a thing.
I am not on Twitter, guys.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Not on Twitter.
I've heard that exactly.
Or anything, not on anything.
What's something?
How do you
not on MySpace, not on Friendster.
But here's my question.
Not on Facebook. Yes. Not on Instagram.
Do you lurk?
I will lurk sometimes. I will lurk if like when this episode comes out.
Mm-hmm.
When you tell me this episode comes out, I will lurk to see if people are like Jason Mantzoukas is the worst. Or Jason Mantzoukas is the best. I will lurk in instances where I'm like, I wonder how X, Y, or Z is being received.
Where you get feedback for something. Yeah.
Because I'm not on any of it, I'm not getting it at me. You're the worst / you're the best.
Oh, it's great. You should try it sometime.
No thanks.
No. You've opted out. I feel like you might have been part of the last generation that could opt out.
Yeah.
Of it, though.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. And for a long time, I was against IM.
We're talking about AOL Instant Messenger.
For years, I was like, not interested. Not IMing. It's stupid.
And what's one thing in pop culture you're really enjoying right now?
Forgive me if I said this the last time because I have been obsessed with it. No, it wasn't then. I am obsessed with, and a lot of people know about it, it's not a big secret, but the podcast called You Must Remember This, hosted by Karina Longworth on, I believe it's Panoply. Is it Panoply?
It's on iTunes.
Anyway, it's on iTunes. It is podcasts that are grouped in seasons. Each season is a series of stories that are about usually old Hollywood. So one entire season is just MGM stories. One entire season is the intersection of Hollywood and World War II. One entire season is the Manson family, Manson murders. Ooh. It's amazing. It is a 100% fantastic podcast that is worth chasing down and listening to. And I will also plug another podcast that I was recently a guest on, but that I loved even prior to, which is the podcast called Reply All.
Reply All is terrific. Yes.
It is on the Gimlet. It's on Gimlet Media or whatever they're called.
Alex Goldman's been on the show.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
He's a real piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
I love PJ and
Bloomberg.
Alex, but Alex Bloomberg, I am coming for you, bro. I'm coming for you on any podcast available, so watch your back, Bloomberg.
This is a legit podcast feud.
Yep. I'm trying to start a podcast feud.
This is like the Biggie and Tupac of this media.
Yeah, of podcasts.
Yeah, that's right. Demi.
Oh, I thought I did mine. Sorry. I'm at Electrolemon everywhere, and my plug is I've been reading a book called The Circle by Dave Eggers lately, and I'm digging it. So, yeah, you guys heard of books? They're cool. So check that out, because there's also a movie coming out this year with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson in it.
Is it the
Hermione?
No, not related.
Do you mean
Just,
Hermione?
There's also a movie. Yeah,
Okay.
Hermione. No, yeah, Hermione.
Hermione?
Who's Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said Emma Stone.
No, Emma Watson.
I guess we hear what we want to hear. You can follow me at Kevin T. Porter. That was strangely dark. You can follow me at Kevin T. Porter. I'll plug, this is really lobbing it across the plate, but my favorite Prince song is, as amazing as Purple Rain is, as amazing as Let's Go Crazy is, my favorite Prince song is Bad Dance. From the Batman soundtrack.
It's a great fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
I
Great
listen
song.
to that over and over and over. And the music video is spectacular. He fuses like the weird old culture of the 66 Adam West Batman with the present. He's dressed up like the Joker, and it's electric, and it's very fun. And
It's electric.
a great pastime of mine is acting that out for friends.
That's a great one. Now I want to also say a favorite Prince song.
Okay.
I Would Die For You.
I would
What's your favorite Prince song, though? Demi, what's yours to round out the three?
My favorite Prince song, I mean, Let's Go Crazy's up there, but I also really like My Name is Prince. It's a fucking fun song.
I mean, because it explains so much.
My name is Prince.
Yeah, and it's like that's all you need to know.
Michael Jackson named his son Prince. That's amazing.
True. Oh boy. Well, thank you for enduring this with us. This has been a fun 2.5-hour podcast.
Was it really? Wow.
2.5 hour? Guys, we're under time.
That's bad on me. I suspect I'm the one that made this go longer.
There's no
Apologies.
Look,
Where are you guys
look what's
going?
happening. Look what's happening.
Where are you guys going?
I want all your names.
You get out. You get out. Shame on you. We are at the end.
I feel like
we are at the end. Really? Where are you going? Oh, really?
Oh,
Where are
they
you
were
going?
the couple. Oh, bye. Have a safe trip.
Where are you going? Chicago? What's your name? What? Okay, on three. Safe trip, Justin. 1, 2, 3. Safe trip, Justin.
That was sweet.
Not the other person that is with you.
Yeah, the other person. Good luck.
Should have answered first.
Okay, now this is awkward, but in order to finish the show, we're gonna have to wait for Justin to come back from Chicago. Just to be consistent with the game we've established with Allison, that we have to wait until he returns, apparently from a
boy.
business trip.
We truly do not.
He's off to do
Guys,
business.
sincerely, thank you so much for coming. This is our last live show of season 6, and it might be our last live show in LA for a little bit. So we really wanted to make it for a little bit.
We'll be back.
So we'll see. We'll see. Well, I think that's part of the reason that we've gone so long is because we don't want to say goodbye. But all good things. It's okay. We'll be alive.
But let's all go home and let's watch Game of Thrones and let's get up to business with each other, finger style.
Let's take
come
the
on,
pledge.
Allison. Come on, Allison. He earned it, right?
No, we cannot.
And blowjob couple, you guys get it.
This is too much like fanfic. We gotta start the theme song. There's only one thing left to do.
On the road, feeling lonely and so cold. All you got to do is call my name and I'll be there on the next train where you leave. I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need a reason to be with me, I will follow. Where you need, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me with you, I will follow where you lead.
I like that song. We're all entitled here.
Thank you so much, Los Angeles.
Thank you, everybody.
See you soon.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for sticking with us. Give it up once again for Jason Mantzoukas.